1,
You don't know.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I think we have everyone. I don't know if Damo is joining us or not, but we'll probably just start, and we might just need to make some story decisions and go through some stuff. I have some ideas, but I'll bring that up with him at a later date. Cool. So, does anyone have any? We're probably going to start with a bit of a light session, 0.5, just to kind of make sure everyone is okay with their characters. Everyone is good to go.
What the fuck is that?
That would be me, Joey.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyways, sorry, back. What did I miss?
No, we're just going through and just making sure we're doing a bit of a light session 0, just to make sure everyone is okay with their characters and their classes and all that stuff is all good. No one wants to change anything, and probably everyone reintroducing their characters because it's been over 2 years now, and people might have forgotten who the fuck everyone is.
Cool.
Oh, there we go.
Cool.
Yeah,
so
good.
we'll go around. Does anyone need to do any more change to their character? Would anyone like to do any mechanical stuff now before we go for the ground? Is everyone happy?
Can I get it?
Yes.
Can I get another plus a stat?
Absolutely not. Can I be awesomer? No.
Have you seen my stats? Thank you very much. They are blatantly average.
Mine are kind of aggressively average as well.
Oh yeah, they are. You got a lot of positives though. They're just everything's very average.
Everything is just
next
average.
ASI. You're gonna hit like 2 though. That's pretty good. Yeah, Jesus. 14's across the fucking 14's across the board. 14, 14, 14, 8, 12, 14. Wow.
Yeah, I am average.
Guess we know what you're spending your ASIs on.
15. Cool. All right. So, Ben, are you all good?
Yeah, all good.
Fantastic. Okay. So, if people want to reintroduce their characters, we'll start from the top of the list on Discord. So, Ben, would you like to give a bit of an introduction to your character?
Oh boy. Sure. So,
as much as you would tell a party, a group of people sitting around.
My name is Craig. I was raised on Mandalore by a family that took me in. And as a young child, it was discovered that I had a connection to the Force. And so the Jedi took me to the Jedi Temple, where I trained and grew in my connection. And as we all know, as we are escaping and running away from the turmoil that has happened there, my home is no longer around for me to live. So I am a Mandalorian Jedi.
Hi, Craig. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Next up, Joey. Would you like to introduce your character?
Sure. My character is CT5417, also known as Face. He had a head injury and was in the Jedi Temple recuperating from a head injury when the shit hit the fan. Last thing he remembered that his the Jedi general that he was following, got him to was in a battle and asked him to recuperate. And now that the shit hit the fan, he has to get back and find his Jedi general. Because all the generals are being killed by all the clones, and he goes, "What the fuck is going on? Why are all the Jedi's being slaughtered by the clones that they so hard worked for?" And last we left off, he was pretty much bleeding out in the ship because he was shot a lot.
Yep. So I can't remember who patched him up. I think it was TA1, but I'm not sure. But he is not dead and has hit points, but is on the floor with a lot of blood around him.
Not blood, just blasted.
Oh yeah, he's been blasted. Yes. Speaking of, Ryan, would you like to introduce your character?
Yep. So bear with me. I hope this works, but we'll see.
Hello, I am TA1, a combat and support droid. Are you in the need of bodyguarding, mercenary, or engineering expertise?
That's excellent.
Fantastic. I absolutely love that. Absolutely glorious.
That's pretty cool.
I thought I'd try out a voice mod. It's not too bad. I have to talk like I'm talking to a baby, though. Initiating flight combat mode.
That is just, I can't get over how good that sounds. I'm sorry, that's very cool.
Can you shoot me that voice mod? I'm curious.
I can't hear.
Yes, that is the voice mod tool, which is fantastic, honestly. Absolutely love it. Wyvern, would you like to, or Jack, I should say, how would you like to introduce your character?
Greetings. I am X3PX, Human Cyborg Termination. I'm a with assistance.
Okay, so I don't have the art somewhere, but basically it's the old school 3PO droids, and this is all legit legend stuff. The models that we use for assassination droids. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. It's this one right here that my thing is.
That's the one.
Fantastic. That's I believe that's the official image too.
With that head.
Remind me to get you a lapel mic that you can shove into that gas mask.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off now. It's a bit as nostalgic as this is. It's a bit uncomfortable to be unable to drink the enormous beer on my desk.
I can barely hear you, man, and I've got you fully maxed.
I didn't hear a word of that. Just FYI.
That's all right. It was hard. It's hard to drink beer, so now I'm taking it off for the night.
Fantastic. And finally, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. That was a grunt.
Oh, and last but certainly not least by any means, Chris, who have you got for us?
My name is Task, and now that we're finally free of this temple, free of the rules that bound us, the Jedi Council's gone. We need to adapt. We need to become mercenaries to survive out here. You want to be a hero like KC? Well, heroes get cut down. No one deserves that kind of death. I point over at Grant. I'm like, another droid here to enforce the rules that nearly got us killed. And who else we got in the room? We got Joey.
For context,
Joey's
you guys
here.
are all
Joey's
in a
here.
plane at the moment.
Ben and Joey change.
Buckethead. How do we know this buckethead ain't gonna kill us the second he gets a chance? And you, I point over at Zalek, Damon's character.
Yes.
Your blade tells me we have something in common. The others might see the Force as light and dark, but you and I, we see the Force as an impartial river of grey.
God. Okay.
What are you? Okay, never mind. No, what?
He's an edgelord Jedi.
He's Shadow the Hedgehog as a Jedi.
He's edgelord. Understood.
I don't know who my parents are, but when I was a young child, the Jedi brought me in. They brought me up, and they trained me. I know this jerk, and I point over at Ben. I've seen him around the temple, and I know this guy, and I point over at Grant's droid.
X3PX.
I'm a little untrusting of droids because, I'm aware that they're there to enforce the rules. And as far as I'm aware, growing up, all that we had was rules to follow and no reason behind them. So I'm very skeptical of the Jedi Council. But now I'm happy that we're out of, free from the Jedi Council to do what we need to do now that we're free.
Hey, staying in character as an edgelord is hard, isn't it?
It is very hard to stay as an edgelord. Sometimes you need a reason.
Now try and do an incredibly gay edgelord.
Hey,
Patches,
boys.
Maintain that energy all night.
I love Patches. Anyway.
I miss Mercer.
Yeah, so...
I miss Mercer too.
Context. I'll get you guys to kind of fill us in for where we left off, but since it's been 2 years and I have the notes, then I will do it. So you guys all witnessed the burning down of the Jedi Temple. Some of you were Padawans sent out to complete your kind of final tests on like keeping the peace, and so you would be sent off to other planets to help with the war effort. Unfortunately, that was kind of stopped short when you came back. You kind of roughed up some people at a bar. You met some of the people around that you see around you. Some of those, I think, TA1 and Zalak, who is with you guys currently, were sitting in the we're all in the bar where that happened, and they helped you out. So they all kind of came back with you as well, and you all witnessed the Jedi Temple burning down. You kind of fought your way through.
Zalak.
Yes, you got you tier 1. You hired Zalak to come with you, as he was a bit of a gruff bounty hunter, and you were promised a reward.
He hired me. That's what happened.
Oh, okay then. That's fair, because you're gonna get a nice little reward for helping out the Jedi out and keeping the peace.
Yeah.
You guys all experienced the temple under attack. You ran in and defeated a whole bunch of clone troopers who opened fire on you. You were literally just working with them, like not only 10 minutes beforehand, so it's a bit of a shock. And Anakin rocked up, who all the Jedi know from as a war hero, and he promptly cut down K-Sid, one of the more idealistic and brash members of your party, and he bravely kind of stood forward and tried to give you guys a bit of time. However, he did not give you much time because he died almost immediately. But you guys managed to take that brief window and escape. You decided to look in the mystery box and steal a jet you had no idea who it belonged to, and it seems like discovered an AI on the ship, which addressed itself as SC4, and the AI of the ship named Scimitar, and you have taken this, as he explains, Sith ship. So, and I think we left at the point where you guys had escaped, and SC4 had just informed TA1 that they had fighters incoming. So, let's get into it.
So
Yes. Sorry, continue.
Who's flying this thing?
Oh wait, that's what I remember. So we were trying to get past the blockade, because there are ships surrounding the planet that was preventing us, and we had to try and get past the blockade. Did we actually get past the blockade?
Yeah, you guys went. That was in the process of getting out. So I believe that you.
We did.
I believe
We're
that.
beyond the blockade.
Yes. So what had happened is you had gotten out through the blockade and out of the hangar, and I think that was because you potentially, from memory, we'll just say that it's exactly what did happen. You hacked you crudely hacked the receiver coordinate, like the ship signature of the while you were in the docking bay. So you have briefly masked what this ship is and who belongs to it. So they just let it through, even though it is a Sith ship. They didn't know what it was, and with that ship's speed and stealth, you punched through the blockade. So there's a bit more to go, but you are now outside. You are in the space outside the planet, but you have been informed that, well, actually, Haley has been informed that interceptors are incoming, and asks,
Sorry, was that me?
Someone dropped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Grant.
6. Someone dropped out?
Grant's gone.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Grant's gone.
I'll continue and we'll get back to it.
Okay.
Hey, Grant's gone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yep,
can
yeah,
hear
I
you.
can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Ah, here he is. There he is. Fantastic.
So, my captors, where would you... Should we leave or do you want to turn and fight these things?
I think we need to leave.
For the record, that was the AI speaking.
I believe so. And the ship is telling us, asking if we want to leave or stay and fight. I've lost a second home. I'm in no mood to fight.
Ship, what kind of capabilities you got on this thing?
The scimitar is equipped with more than enough firepower. However, I do not particularly plan and wish to die here, but I am not the captain, of course.
We can shoot them all, and then when they get to hell, tell them I sent you. You'll get a discount.
Do we want to nominate anyone as a captain?
SC4, are these interceptors equipped with hyper jump capabilities?
Actually, I will double check that. They are on the because I have those ships up.
If it's a barricading ship, they should not have hyperjump capacities. They're dependent upon the frigate.
No, they're snubs. And they are Z95. They're the old versions of. Oh, actually, no, they're not Z95s. What are they? Actually, I've got the sheet up here. They're V-wing starfighters, which I believe the V-wings actually do have. V-wing, man, my huge V-wing ultra droids.
All that plating.
Oh no, there. No, I have sheets of all of these things. That's the problem. I've so much of this that I'm like, oh
You've
god,
information overloaded.
I have so many ship statistics. Do they have a concussive? Yep, they do. They have a very basic hyperdrive. SC4 would tell you. But if we jump now, they won't be. They won't be able to track us because they don't really have scanning scanning systems. They're just fighters. So if we punch it now,
Put me through.
If we leave now, we should be able to get out undetected.
Can you
Yep,
put me through
where we're
on
going.
comms?
sorry, what was that?
I was talking to the AI. I said, can you put me through on comms?
Then he will say they're not in range yet. But I mean, if you're in range and you can open comms, they'll probably start firing. But you can. Yes.
I actually meant with the rest of this ship. So I can
Oh,
address
sorry.
the
They are
people.
they are all in. I mean, unless
In
they're in the passenger
earshot.
seats,
All
which
in
are
the room, right?
directly behind you. So the way this ship works is that you come in and there's the bottom level and the passenger seating, which with it's all got the sleeping quarters and all the stuff. You really wouldn't have seen much when you come in. You take a right and then there's a lift, and then it's the second part of that big dome that's the back of the ship, and that's where the cockpit is and all the passenger seating behind it. So everyone is strapped in like right behind you. Like you could turn over your shoulder and talk. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff.
Okay, just out of character really quickly. Is that any better, Grant? I can keep turning
It's
it
about
up.
the same to me.
I can keep turning it up. Give me a second. How's
I'm
that?
turning you up as well. That's better. Well, I've turned you up on my side as well, so I think I'm all good.
That must mean my VPN is interfering.
No. Part of this program allows me to adjust my volume knob, basically.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I had
so
I had
when
it
Grant
at
jumps back
30%.
in, when Grant jumps back in, see how he feels.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause he jumped off, didn't he?
Mm.
I mean, you sound at a pretty decent level to me, so I'm not.
Mm.
Sounds
Well, like I said, I just bumped it up, so hopefully this helps.
all good.
Sorry about
Nice.
that.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Excellent. Okay. Yep. So, Taylor, you were going to address the rest of the ship.
I was going to say, I think we can take them on. What do you say? I'd rather not have any chance of someone following us.
I ain't no coward. Let's shoot them.
Statistically,
die.
the odds of surviving this encounter are astronomical. Fleeing to the furthest reaches of space and then regrouping is a wiser decision.
Yeah, I think it's best we leave.
Yeah, I kind of I look at what's your character, Grant?
X3PX.
Yeah,
X3
I look
stuff.
at X3PX, and I'm kind of I agree with him begrudgingly because I don't want to follow the rules, but for the longest time he's been right. So I kind of agree with Grant.
Very well.
I probably changed your dirty nappies.
Very well. SC4, commence diverting power to the hyperdrive.
A wise choice.
And then he basically punches in instead of you see your board light up in front of you as the nav computer like flashes some lights and the and power starts getting redirected and you guys shoot off into hyperspace.
Probably a good question before
So
we did that was, where are we going to go?
I took the lit and said, unfortunately, I had not planned on this ship to be hijacked by such enterprising individuals, so we had not yet refueled. We only have enough hyperdrive fuel to get us to the nearby planet of Corellia. The other choice was Alderaan, but unfortunately that has been blockaded, considering Bail Organa's insistence on defying the Emperor over the course of his tenure. So that Alderaan has been successfully blocked off from the rest of the Empire. So our only planet left is Corellia.
Very well.
You guys have about an hour or so as ship time goes, about an hour in hyperspace to do a whole bunch of things. So you can look around. You can, I don't know. There's. You can now leave your chairs and kind of go do things.
Okay, so am I patched up?
There is a map, and I'll put the galaxy map up. Yep.
So I am patched up.
Yes. Yeah, you are patched up, so you can
Cool.
you can take a short rest, and then all good. I have no idea about what your hit points were like, the exact number of hit points between 2 years ago. So we're more than willing to say you can have full hit points.
More like 3, Adam. More like 3 years.
3 years.
3 years since we did this.
20. No, 2. It was March 2020. It was May 2019. I looked it up.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, it's been a while. So, yeah. So I think you guys that has all. So you guys get the run of the ship. You can kind of look around, check stuff out, talk to the ship more?
I'd like to ask SC4 a question.
Yep, shoot.
So, this order that came down to blockade the Coruscant and Alderaan seemed very abrupt. However, you seem to know quite a bit about what's going on. What is this order about?
Of course, I know about this. This order was designated by my master, Darth Sidious.
I choke a bit. What?
Darth Sidious.
Forgive me.
He
What
he
is-
has he.
You go.
Sorry, continue.
I was just going to say, what's a Darth?
X3 chimes in. Darth is the honorific title given to Lords of the Dark Lords of the Sith. There are many and numerous ones in recorded history, and most of them forgotten to time.
Right. What's a Sith?
A dark force user of the religious sect Sith, originating in Era.
Yes, a lot of that information is, how we say, protected and not known by the Jedi.
Typical Jedi Council, hiding all the rules and all the information from us.
I suspect it is more a lack of knowledge than a malicious attempt to hide information from the Padawans.
I have a question. I'm looking at the maps right now that you have so kindly shown us, and I'm trying to make sense of the rings and the different sections.
So basically, you guys, if you look at the map, you guys are so Coruscant in here, yep. And so you make a jump to another core world. So the deep core is basically there are more planets, but this is just a very simplified map that I found that was just like so much easier to read.
These are like all the galactic capitals.
Yeah, pretty much.
From like various different extended universe things.
There are little ones in here like that don't get mentioned, like Duxon and a few other planets from video games and stuff.
There's Mandalorian.
But yes, effectively, these rings show and you guys would like. I think anyone educated would definitely know this. So Craig, you definitely know this. Those rings actually show it's how they're banded in space, and it generally refers to how a planet's culture is formed, as well as how often technologically advanced. So like the deep core, and especially the core planets, quite often are built up, quite often very very advanced like technologies on that planet. Like Coruscant is what is considered this is the seat of the Empire, the seat of the Republic. Now, no longer the Republic. For example, Alderaan is a very green and lush planet, but all the actual tech and buildings there are very, very utopic, very advanced. Corellia is another big city. It's often the industrial. They call themselves the industrial heart of the Empire of the Republic. You can kind of go further. Yes, we'll get later. You can go further out to the colonies, which would be like they were the first planets colonized when people from the core planets started venturing out into space. Yeah. And then you've got the inner rim, and then the expansion, which is just like kind of a bit of a weird shape outside of that. And then you've got the two biggest sectors in Star Wars, which is the mid rim and the outer rim. So mid rim is when you start getting kind of like a bit more there's some more unknown planets. There are some like planets that have just never gotten around to fully settling, a lot of
Places like Kashyyyk are on here.
yeah, exactly. Like Kashyyyk still has the bulk of people that live on Kashyyyk. The large majority are the indigenous population, the Wookiees, where like a lot of the core planets are like multicultural planets, and depending kind of differences a little bit, but when you start going further and further out, you start getting more just the indigenous populations. There still are like hub spots where there are like Naboo is a good example on the mid-rim, where it's a far off planet, but there was a lot of development done there, and it's become quite prosperous. You would know because Senator Palpatine is from Naboo.
You might
and then
notice that all these lines actually correlate to an expansionist tendency of a galactic empire, where the original seats are nice and neatly defined borders, and then the further out, the splurging begins.
And you've got the Outer Rim, which is basically everything else, and that's the stuff where, like, okay, you've got like again Tatooine, classic. You've got Geonosis, which you would know from the war of being like it is like no one from the Republic lives on Geonosis. That's where like the separatists, a lot of them are from have banded from these Outer Rim colonies, with some notable exceptions. Like Cato Nemoidia is the actual where the Nemoidians come from, and they're in the colonies, but they are like focused on trade. So they're kind of the money behind a lot of the separatist operations, where a lot of just straight up like Nemoidian. Pardon?
Sorry, I have to look up a Star Wars race. What the fuck is a Nemoidian?
They are the people in Episode 1 that you see a lot of that talk just brutal Asian accents. Yeah, real crazy shit in that movie. But yes.
Oh dear, they're extinct.
Nemoidians, they will be soon. Yes. But then yes, so you get a lot of like indigenous populations, and where the Republic just simply has not invested a lot of resources out here. You get real like as part of non-Star Wars kind of talk around this. A good example would be like the Outer Rim is like a Western. Like if people from the Republic have settled there, they're living almost in like they're explorers, kind of like frontiersmen kind of thing. So yeah, and you've got this big space which is the big space which is the unknown regions. The unknown regions, you got no one goes that way. Like simply, it just kind of there's a line, and no one has explored further because when people go in there, shit goes missing, and they just don't go in there anymore.
Imagine a whole bunch of here be dragons, just right here.
So
it's just no one knows.
It's the Bermuda Triangle of the galactic civilization.
It's also a huge part of the map as well. It is like this map kind of abstracts it, but it's like half. If you could draw a circle that is the whole of what is perceived to be the galaxy, about half of it is unknown regions. It's just like no one knows what's there. And then you've got that hut space, which is not really it's referred to colloquially. It's part of the Outer Rim, but it is, and sometimes a bit of the mid rim, but the hut space is controlled by the Hutts, and they run every planet in that sector. And they also have influences on other planets as well, but any planet in that system is just like the Hutts run it, and the Republic have just been like, we're just going to let you guys do this because we don't have the manpower or really care about going in and fighting over a whole bunch of planets in the Outer Rim. So that's the politics. Is there any other questions that you have about the universe or the systems?
No.
Cool. All right. All of that stuff is all basic knowledge as well. That's all just like you would have gotten that through schooling, like the regions, the rims, and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Unfortunately, my memory has been erased.
Yeah, so Taylor knows none of that. Okay. Does anyone want to do anything in particular for the next hour or so? I'm sure that actually I'll say Face, once you're kind of like healing yourself and patching up, you're kind of you're kind of touching around the cracks in your plasteel like shoulder plating, and as you kind of take it off to check, you can just see like already like there's just a big kind of already
so there's
like
a whole bunch of
big
stuff I would like
wound.
to.
Yes, yeah.
So like
continue.
one, looking at the map. Looking at the map. Okay. Where was my last position? Like, where was my last posting? That that my Jedi General was.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, backstory, bitch.
Yeah, so I think potentially where did you give me notes on this?
Nope.
I'm not sure.
I left it up to you.
Ooh, okay. So you probably would have been there's probably a lot of like mid-rim planets.
You can give it to me
Actually,
later. I just want to know where it
yes.
is. So that's fine.
you would have probably been in the, I would have said in the mid or outer rim, and I'll give you the planet because I have some ideas, and I'm happy to say you'd be in the mid rim somewhere.
Cool. That's fine. I just need to know like where the last position that I was, that where the last fighting was, so I know where the Jedi General was. And secondly, I'm going to explore the ship. I'm going to look for new armor if there is any, and I'm going to look for any new blasters or weapons because, like, looking at the blaster I have, I need more ammo for it. I need to re-armor and rearm.
Cool.
That's a good use of my time as well. Stockpiling munitions and food to know what we have on the ship.
Oh yeah, actually probably because I'm like, there's 2 droids and 3 like meat bags. So
I'm looking at Joey. How do we know that you're not gonna just kill us? Like, all of the stormtroopers were just shooting at us.
I look at
what are your orders?
I look at the. Are you a youngling?
He's not.
19 Jedi.
He stands. We can't really see much of him at all, but he stands at the same height as the adults.
Cool. So I look at him like, if I was going to kill you or shoot at you or threaten you, I would have done it by now. As you could see by all my other brothers who shot at you and me. I'm holding up my armor and pointing at the wounds. If this doesn't prove that I'm on your side, what will? I am pissed off and angry and just shot at by my brothers and we got betrayed. I am not in any mood. And I didn't just walk off and start exploring the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Face, when you actually kind of take off that part of the armor that's been shot at, you can see that the crack in that shoulder plate has gone through and has left you with a pretty nasty scar already, where the it has been already kind of patched up by Taylor, I believe. Taylor, do you actually have healing stuff?
No. That's right. No.
Maybe it was Cray then. But someone definitely patched you up and healed you. I think either with force or tech, I don't know, but someone healed you. And that healing has kind of stitched the wound back together. But yeah, that's gonna leave a scar.
Yeah.
You've probably got a whole bunch, but you got a new one.
Yeah,
now.
like I've got a new one. Like my backstory is I'm a clone trooper who's fought in the Clone Wars. I probably have some scars and some wounds.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Is that-
So
Are there any? Sorry, you go.
So do I find anything?
do you find anything? Can you give me an investigation roll? And where? Okay, so I've got some sections of the ship. I don't have a map of the ship physically yet, but you have the upper area where everyone is. It's quite a small kind of little area, just with a cockpit and some passenger seating. You have that the main area where you walk in, which has got like a bunch of storage little like they're containment cells, and some of them have been converted into like bedding, so for places to sleep. And then if you kind of walk forward, you've got like a storage bay area. So where would you like to search?
Is there an armory of some sort in this?
Yeah, well, there would be. There's no armory that you can see because this ship only flies one person. But if you kind of give me an investigation check, I can kind of tell you what is in the storage area, which was what was passed for an armory.
Okay, cool. So -1, go. Yeah.
2.
Cool.
All right. You kind of go through some boxes and you don't really find anything immediately. Yeah, so you go through. It's like the front of the ship. What you do find though, you find the entrance to the storage, which is like through a crawl space in the mid part of the ship that gives you access to engineering off a little hatch down one way. And if you kind of crawl through, it opens up into this big storage bay area, and you kind of look around and nothing immediately jumps out at you.
Cool.
I'd be checking out the ship, trying to familiarize myself with the engineering and systems, weapons and everything. Just trying to get a feel for the ship.
Would you like to give me? I guess that'd also be investigation, right? I don't know what else it would be. Let's have a look. Is there anything else? There's piloting. That's not really piloting. Yeah, it would be investigation. So sorry. What are you trying to learn? Because it might be a technology role. What are you trying to learn specifically? Are you trying to go through the ship and go through nooks and crannies physically, or are you trying to get a handle on what the ship can do?
I would be asking the AI, whose name I've forgotten.
SC4.
SC4. I'd be asking SC4 if, firstly, if it needed any maintenance or repairs that I could look at, but also I'd be trying to familiarize myself with the various systems so that I know what might need repair in the future. So it'll be a physical look through.
Yeah, okay. So give me an investigation check then. Cool. So what you get with the 10 is you find out. So if you actually, can you actually see the ship itself? The ship sheet?
No, we're on. Oh, sorry. Yes.
The party sheet?
Yep.
So pretty straightforward. You see you get the sense, that basic sense, right? Like you go through and you're able to, okay. So you've got some few things to fill out. You got a lot of that stuff there. So you find the proton torpedoes, there's proximity mines. Everything seems to be in pretty good condition at the moment. The ship itself doesn't look like it took any internal damage when you were being shot at from the outside of the ship. It has pretty beefy shields, which would kind of explain why it didn't take any hull damage. It has, you can see it's got stealth mode, nav slots. It's got a whole bunch of stuff on it, actually. It's actually a pretty, I mean, I don't know what you don't really have a lot of experience with being in a ship so far, do you, Taylor?
Not being in a ship, but I have worked with various systems, including hyperdrives, in my previous occupation. What's the word? Fixing them up and selling them.
Yep. I thought you didn't remember nothing.
I don't remember anything beyond the last 7 years.
Okay, then.
That checks out.
I say to Husk, I hold up my damaged memory module. I say, you see, these used to be my memories.
Okay, computer.
7 years on which planet?
TA1 would know that. I do not. Give me 1 second.
Adam.
Yes.
During my investigation of 2, do I what kind of ship is this? Have we determined that? As in, is this part of the Republic? Is this a ship that's part of the Republic Army? Considering that, I'm a trooper of the Republic Army, I would know these kind of things.
You would know this without a roll. This is not a ship you have seen before, and this is this is the design and look that you have not seen ever.
So this is neither Trade Federation nor Republic Army. This is completely different. Cool.
Yep.
Very unique, very custom.
To answer the question from before, I am from Raxus Prime. I was reactivated there.
I don't know where that is, but it sounds mysterious.
So,
It's a lot.
Sorry.
If anyone wants to do a history check on Raxus Prime, they can. But otherwise,
Do I even have history? Do I even have skills? I'm a robot.
you can always roll your skills. You roll shit.
you're like, oh.
Is
There
it
is no
lore or
history
history?
skill.
You mean?
I'm gonna go with
It
law.
would be law. Where's that?
My, that is a
Good.
great roll.
Yeah, Raxus Prime is in the far reaches of the Outer Rim. It's like the arse end of nowhere. You would know this for. Let's have a look. Let's see whereabouts on the big map it would be roughly, because it's not on the map because it's not a main planet at all. It's in the Outer Rim territories. Yeah, the Teon cluster. No, fuck that. All right. So basically, it's out in the middle of nowhere, and you know it as a junk planet. Like, it is actually, it's a planet where other planets have just dumped their rubbish on it. It's literally a tip for the galaxy.
Delightful.
Nice.
Star Wars has a thing where each planet seems to be of one particular type. Oh, we have the city planet, we have the nature planet, we have the desert planet, and we have the tip planet.
Hey, specialization leads to better globalization or intergalactic globalization. I don't know.
Galacticization.
Galacticization. GM.
Yes.
So this ship has stealth capabilities, or do I does
Yes.
TR tell us? So is this a smuggler ship? As in, we have we know this is not any ship that I've seen. And we know the ship belongs to Darth.
Mm-hmm.
So needs to have been made somewhere. Do I have any details? What are we doing anyway? What is our purpose? What is our plan? Where are we going? What are we doing?
Actually, let's go with that first one. Is there any indication of where this ship we are currently on was made from the inside?
I feel like that would be stored in the ship's logs. We could potentially look at them.
Oh yeah, that's probably.
I
a good
think there's a
idea.
bigger problem here. I mean, we were all just shot at and run out of the Jedi Temple. No one seems to be very concerned about that. I think we're in big trouble. We have to know what.
I know I am
fuck
very
went off
concerned.
and-
I need to find my Jedi General.
Two of
Yeah,
us
that's
are
what
robots,
happened.
so we can't be concerned.
So that we know wherever we go, whether we're going to still be in danger wherever we end up.
Our first step is to just survive this little escape, which we've just done. Oh, well, I mean, once we get to our immediate punched-in location, I think we need to be very vigilant to make sure we haven't been followed or anything like that.
SC4?
Well, while we wait for him to respond, I think it's going to be important for us to. I imagine Master Anakin will be able to track this ship somehow. So I'm not sure if staying with this ship will be our best.
Do you know
bet.
Do you know if Corellia was one of the planets to be targeted by the Order blockade?
Corellia.
That's where we're headed.
Corellia has fallen in line with the Corellia will fall in. Corellia has been projected to fall in line with the new Galactic Empire. So the changeover should be swift and non-violent.
Hang on. New Galactic Empire? What?
Yeah. Yes. as we speak, the Republic has been dissolved, and the new galactic empire has been born in its place. Quite an ingenious plan, if I say so myself.
I'm looking quite concerned over it, like Ben and Grant.
I guess
Husk, we saw all our friends and family murdered in front of us. I think we can assume that everything is a mess and we can't trust anybody.
I return a wooden expression, or rather steely expression, since I have no mouth and must scream.
SC1, does that mean we can expect to find a blockade above Corellia as well?
The blockades have been reserved for only planets that have been analyzed to be
Resistant?
not amicable. Yeah, thank you. Resistant to the new regime change.
Can I get a list?
A list of planets?
Well, yes. Main reason
Yeah,
being
sure.
is I want to see if any of those planets I recognize, or do I, like, considering I do know troop movements of the Republic Army, is there a pattern of what planets have been blocked?
Mm-hmm. So Alderaan has been blockaded. The other ones as well, there have been not a lot of them in the Outer Rim. Cato Nemoidia has been blockaded. Where the other ones as well? There is a force above. There's a small force above Malastare that is mentioned, but there is no, but not enough for a blockade. Like, these would be all the listings that SC4 knows about and will just tell you. There's a small force above Malastare, and there is a force above Onderon, and the rest of them are pretty much falling in line.
Companions?
I assume we need to fuel up in Corellia, correct?
Yes, we
Because
do.
we're saying. So my assumption is for us to get away from the deep core as far as we can, as far as we safely can. Because the further away we are, the less likely we will be tracked, and the less enemy forces we will be up against. This new empire we will be up against.
I agree. SC4, who's the registered owner of this ship? Is that what it is?
Sidious.
Just Sidious. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Darth Sidious is my owner, is my master, but the current owner of this ship is Master Anakin Skywalker.
Same Master Anakin Skywalker that we watched incinerate K. Sid.
I do not know who
Incinerate is
this
the
case
correct
is.
word. It is most likely eviscerate.
I say that to Ben.
Yes.
I do not know of this case of which you speak, but if he was a Jedi, I assume that is exactly what happened.
Okay, interesting. So in that case,
Can we change
does
your
this mean you know what orders he had? Like, what was his orders?
Yes, Anakin Skywalker was ordered to go and cleanse the Jedi Temple.
Do
They
you
are
have the last
traitors.
transmission that was received by the ship?
Yes, I do.
Can you replay that?
Yes. And
the ship and the hologram, like the little symbol that shows SC4's little face, like a little, like almost the symbol, like it's like a little robotic, like almost like a little robotic face. I'll get the symbol up later. It's like a little dome, a little antenna sticking out, and and it turns into a hooded figure with kind of like wrinkled hands. And as he says, that video is probably going to be correct because
Execute Order 66.
Well, he doesn't get that. He says, now my young apprentice must go forth and cleanse the Jedi Temple kill all that resist. And then, do you actually? You don't hear anything else from the other. You can't hear anything from the other side of the recording.
Okay.
Okay. So then, for my background, do I know that Order 66 was activated? Do I know that
You do not.
actually,
sorry. I'll clarify. The recording would have mentioned the clone troopers. Order 66 has been activated, and the clones will be taking care of the Jedi elsewhere.
cool.
You do not know what Order 66 is. You have no fucking clue. No idea.
Shouldn't I? Because I should know all orders.
Yeah, but
Not
it's
this
like
one.
mind conditioned.
So this one. I mean, you could. You actually don't even read it all. You don't know what this order is. This is a weird blank spot in your memory. You're just kind of like,
So I have Order 65 and then Order 67.
pretty much, yeah. You're just like, I don't know what that is, what that refers to.
Fair enough.
Quick,
GM.
get out your Stormtrooper handbook.
It's not Stormtrooper, Clone Trooper.
I don't know what Chris is saying because his mic is fucking up catastrophically.
Oh, you hear me now?
No.
Not really.
Sorry. Just can I use Jedi mind trick or like a Jedi power to read his mind, look into his mind?
Whose
GM?
mind?
Do you want to start
Face?
using rollable effects on party members?
Face. Well, I turn to face. And I say maybe we can. I don't. Sorry. Universe question. Is that the way that force power works? You can look into someone's mind, or could you use the force? Read someone's mind.
Mind trick. Okay, there are different things. Mind trick is from the reading of the spell, I'm pretty sure is just like you convince someone to do a thing.
These are
But,
not the droids you're looking for.
There are other powers that actually let you read the thoughts, but
And we don't
I
have those
don't
powers.
think you have them. No.
Okay, that's fine. All good. Sorry. Continue.
That's usually a very powerful Jedi ability. Like a really powerful one. Because it's like force of will over the mind and stuff, and that's what all Jedi do.
Ship, is there any details about what Order 66 is?
Yes. Order 66 was implanted in all clone troopers to be activated. Their behavioral chips were to be turned on, and they were to exterminate the Jedi on receiving the order.
CT5417 just what? But what do you mean by this?
I suspect it's being quite literal.
But
All troops were planted with a behavioral modifier chip that was to be activated.
SC4.
I touch my head, and you all see that there's the scar on the side of my skull. Where there's a scar on the side of my skull. But confusion appears on my face.
SC4, are you able to perform a scan of 5417 face?
What would you like me to scan for?
Chips?
Is there a medical facility on the ship?
One of the downstairs holding compartments has been rigged for basic first aid.
Does it contain a medical scan?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like a handheld one, like a basic.
Like
first
I
aid thing.
asked for someone to come and scan me for any abnormalities or anything.
I'm happy to help.
Unfortunately, I am not equipped to handle organic issues.
Face, I'll help you.
Cool. Yeah. So we go down and get myself scanned.
Cool. Craig, do you want to give me a? Let's make sure. Let's have a look at your sheet. I believe it would be like some kind of medicine check, or some kind of. Actually, you could use medicine, or you could use technology. Either or, because you're operating a device
A
that
medical device. So which
Yeah.
one did you say again? Sorry.
medicine or technology. You can make your choice. I don't really mind.
Medicine or technology? Where's medicine? Okay, I'll get technology. It's intelligence. Not bad.
Yeah, that's really good. So you kind of just scan his body up and down. It's obviously you could definitely miss things here because the range of it's like just for first aid, right? It has a targeted range of where you're kind of scanning over. You find, and on the little readout panel, you see that when you get over his scar, because he kind of pointed it out to you, you can see that internally, you can see as you kind of like fine tune it to go through the layers of like skin and shit and muscle, and you see a chip.
Skin and shit.
Yeah, skin and shit. You know, it's very, very scientific. You find a chip that is on the underside of his skull, and it is and you can see when you fine tune it that there's like a crack running through it, and it's like it's not completely two pieces, but it's like basically almost hanging by a thread.
Right. Okay. So I explained that to Face to say, yep, this is your situation.
So I'm indestructible. Oh no, only that. While that's going on, I would like to ask SC4 if we may register ourselves as the new owners.
For the ship.
Yeah.
I can log that, but and as long as you're all fine with having your names on board, like your identity's registered.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. Another question is there any means of this ship being tracked?
That was what?
Like,
SC.
can Anakin be like, this is where my ship is, I need to go to it?
Oh, actually, that's a good point. In all of the Star Wars movies and books and games and stuff, and surely all the frontier media we've consumed as characters, they're always changing the ID signals on this ship. Can we do that? Like, well, not jerry-rigged.
Yeah, can I change
Can
the
we mask
registration?
the ID of the ship?
Yes, I believe the ID of the ship can be masked. However, as the question of can this ship be tracked, to my knowledge, this ship has not been tracked. However, if a tracking device was placed on board without my knowledge, that would circumvent any procedures I may have.
That's ominous.
Can a few of us do a bit of a search? I'm going to do a search of the ship to see if there's anything. Obviously, I didn't know the ship that well, but if there's any sort of, I mean, maybe once we land, because it might be on the outside or whatever the case is. But would appreciate some assistance if anyone else is willing to help me look for anything that might pass as a tracking device.
We can
Can
certainly.
the ship scan for tracking devices? That's a legit question. Can the ship scan for tracking device?
I can scan for tracking devices in the software of the ship. In fact, I can track the position of the ship and send its coordinates. However, let me put it this way. I am unfortunately cast with you. I am so thrilled to be commandeered by such enterprising individuals, but at this point, it would be most impossible to convince my masters that I have not already helped you. So, my options are to be resigned to be interrogated, broken down, or repurposed, or helping you. Now, if I were my masters, and I possessed, well, let's face it, I do possess their intellect, I would have had a backup plan. Something that I could not detect.
Mm. So yes, that
I feel like we're going to have to.
reinforces my thoughts. I'm keen to search for anything that
Yeah,
may
when
be
we
out
land,
of
let's
When we
out of
land,
whack.
I feel like we can do it then.
I think there might be something inside the ship as well while we're traveling.
yeah. Can we investigate now and then investigate when we get on the ground, like the outer of the ship?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Can-
roll
can-
investigation.
Can I tell
So-
the ship to not send out details to anyone?
Oh, I will definitely not be sending out the details, the ship's coordinates to anyone for the aforementioned torture and deconstruction on my behalf.
Mm.
If somehow I could convince them to kill all of you and be taken in, I would. That is an option that I would surely take. However, that is an infinitesimally small chance of that succeeding. So I am forced to assist you.
I need to look for the behavioral chip for this ship's AI. Take out the sarcasm.
So, GM, do you want us to roll investigation for those who investigate?
Yeah, absolutely. Whoever wants to
All right.
investigate and try and search the ship specifically to find some kind of tracker.
Well, my intention is to look at everything that I look at and ask the ship, like, hey, do you know what the purpose of this is? Like, does this look strange to you?
Cool. So I can tell you guys with the 20, you got some great rolls in there. So
Natural 20.
Yeah, I know, natural 20, right? So I think Taylor goes and okay. Face. You find something in the crawl space that you previously found that was the engineering little hatch that goes off like under the decks of the ship and into the kind of the more bowels. And you find a small hand-sized device with a blue little light on it.
Cool. Does it look like a tracker?
I mean, have you seen a tracker before?
Yes, I have. I'm in the dude. Like,
And yeah, it looks exactly like a tracker.
I think I could potentially
Okay.
disable that.
or you know what we could do? We could drop out of warp, drop it out of airlock, and then continue our warp.
I like that idea.
It's a very practical idea, yes.
Yeah, that way it's still tracking, and it won't be like all of a sudden whoever's tracking it will be like, oh, we've lost the signal, it's been destroyed.
Counterpoint. Why don't we install it on a different ship?
That also works.
I'm down with that too.
That will require us to keep it on until we get to Corellia.
Yeah, in that case, I'll keep it on me.
Cool.
I'm
I will make a note of that.
I like it. You're willing to sacrifice someone else's life for our, for our own. I mean, you're putting that tracker on another ship is a death sentence. Just,
Not necessarily. A simple scan of the other ship would determine that that is not the ship that they are after. They could probably deduce what happened.
I hope so.
Now, while this is all going on, Hask, when you are actually, sorry, give me a second. 1, 2. Yep. Okay. Cool. So Hask, I need to speak with you on another channel.
Okay. Which? Hey, I'll go.
Let's go to free channel 1.
Sure.
Well then,
So, do we know where we're going? As in, like, what's the
Coruscant.
plan?
No,
What's
Coruscant,
the actual
Corellian.
plan?
We are going
Well,
to Corellian. That's the plan.
the current plan.
Yeah, and-
Hang on, let me turn this voice off for a sec.
Okay. The current plan is to go to Corellia. I would say beyond that, we probably want to at least get towards the outer rim, like head towards that sort of area. But again, TA1 would not know that because she doesn't know what's happening in terms of the order and stuff. But I would say get the hell out of the core worlds as soon as possible would be my
And I was going to say, like, if no one else has any sort of links or connection, I was going to be like, we could head to Mandalore because A, Outer Rim, and B, I would know people there, have family there.
Well, CT will want to find his Jedi General. And
Which,
considering that all clones are kind of like probably killing the Jedi, he wants to save them.
sooner rather than later. And whereabouts
Sooner
is
rather
that?
than later.
Do you know where the general was?
The
Last?
GM knows. That's why I asked him for the last known position of my Jedi General. That's because that's where that's the last fighting position that I know of.
He hasn't picked one yet.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't picked one yet, but there is a place. And my say is that we need to try and save the Jedi. At
By
least
the laws of role-playing causality, all these objectives will collide at some point.
At some point, yes.
Tier ones
rolled a dexterity save. I wonder what that's about.
did pretty well though.
he explained.
So tier ones doesn't really have a primary motivation other than to repair the R2D2 style droid that is been slung on her back this entire time. Which no one has asked about, but because I haven't mentioned it, but that's basically the plan there is to get her droid fixed. And originally the plan was to earn money to do that via bodyguarding, but I think she's figuring out that it's probably not going to work too well. Ooh, insight too.
Oh god, what is Chris this time?
I don't know.
What is he this time? He came from another world and was reborn in a Jedi.
Oh no, okay, so his entire shtick is he's basically Shadow the Hedgehog as a Jedi. So he's just all edge. That's it.
Oh, so he's a sphere.
Yeah.
At least,
There's so many edges. He's a sphere.
Yeah.
well, at least he has a character this time.
That's true.
But playing an edgelord, that pretty much means he's gonna. Edgelords in a D&D group. How does?
But like,
It's exhausting.
there's a difference
It's not
between.
exhausting. It's just it's. Gonna
No,
be
I mean
really
it is
interesting down there.
exhausting to do.
It is exhausting to do. Yeah. I think it'll just be a thing that he brings up every now and then, and it'll probably be normal the rest of the time. But having said that, like playing having a character be an edgelord is fine. Having an actual edgelord is very, very tiring.
But the line is very thin between the two. I'm currently watching a goose chasing a silverback gorilla. It's lightning. This thing's terrified of it, man. It's a full-grown silverback gorilla, terrified of a Canadian goose.
So just so you guys know, as players, T's motivation is very simple: save his Jedi General. Pretty much.
Simple motivations make the best adventures.
Yeah,
That's why I have robot as my motivation.
My motivation is save my Jedi General and assist her in any way I can, because that was what my mission is.
My main
I saw
backstory
you
is
were
tied to the
linking
planet.
I saw you were linking the snapshot ability earlier, Joey. Was that what?
Yeah,
you were
because
thinking?
I was formatting it to make it easier to read.
Is it because of the 30 feet AoE attacks of opportunity at all times?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I have to pick something different then.
My backstory is very much tied to the planet, so unless we go there, it's not going to matter too much. It's just basically going to be TA1 and her droid friend.
Should we go there?
Which planet, sorry?
So that's Raxus Prime.
The junk planet.
The junk planet. Yeah, so TA1 is quote unquote from there, or at least her current memories are only of Raxus Prime and briefly Coruscant. Yeah. But yeah, like look, some of this will come out, as part of the character, and as you talk to her, I will reveal more and stuff. But that's kind of it. And like I said, unless we actually go to Raxus Prime, or unless Adam includes the story that I gave him in his wider piece of lore, it won't matter too much.
So just so you guys know, CT5417. Yeah, he is a officer. I left it to Adam to give him a rank, but he's not a commander. He's probably just a captain. But he's high, not just a normal trooper. This is why he was given special-ish treatment.
So he can hit things.
So
Yes.
once again, he's a trooper. So my stats are literally average.
It's true.
Well, you'd probably be a staff sergeant or a.
Yeah, I'm not a private. I'm higher than that. So I do have. But yeah.
Oh wait, if you're going through officer school, you'd be at least a lieutenant or something. That's basic as.
Like I said, once again, I left it up to Adam to decide on what.
Clone Marshal.
I told him what kind of position I would prefer to be, and the backstory of my Jedi General that I would like to have. But apart from that, I left it up to him to decide location, story, because that's the fun part, figuring out what the fuck happened.
Whereas, like I said, I've got a very insular story that literally will probably never come up. And I'm just like, hey, if you want to include it, that's fine. It's just how I justified TA1 being on Coruscant, basically.
What's going on with?
I don't know, but they've stopped rolling.
That's good.
Could be.
My aim is to try and pick up as many weapons as I can, make myself be able to at least shoot something. I want to make my own version, like my own blaster version of Theobald. That's what I would like to do.
The collector of weapons.
I've already got two. Basic blaster rifle and a hold up. I need new armor though, because my armor is currently fucked. So that's.
Oh, worry, the wall can be your armor. Just don't get shot.
Like you saw how that worked last time, didn't you?
Yeah, I noticed something about this. So because we're playing 5th Ed, but with blaster rules, this game just plays like XCOM now.
Yeah. And that's just that. Remember what happened to my first character? That lasted that turned out.
Didn't you
did try to kill a Jedi Master at level 1?
Yeah, didn't you crit? Sorry,
I crit failed.
Yeah, you crit failed, and he critted on you to a hit as well. I think it was just
yeah, exactly. So I was like, cool, I'm dead.
Delete.
But hey, I thought he died, well, because he was a pompous.
Yes. It's going to be the thing in this, isn't it? It's going to be, I miss Keysid.
But do you really? He was kind of a dick.
I mean, TA1 would literally not miss Keysid because she knew him for all of 10 minutes? Come on, Adam.
Was it like this when I took someone off to the sidebar?
I feel like you didn't sidebar for as long. I feel like it was I just need to share this information with you and then you're back. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Whereas they sound like they're having a little side quest.
So Australia's having riots here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole bunch of neo-Nazis and anti-maskers and conspiracy theorists down in Melbourne.
Mm.
Cool.
Trying
They-
to
they
pretend
latched-
to be
They latched onto
construction
it.
workers.
Yeah, they latched onto a tradies like dispute / strike, and it just snowballed from there basically.
Cool.
And the CFMEU are like, who the fuck are all these people?
Yeah, who are you? It was actually pretty funny because even on the first day, people are like taking photos of, people in the riots. I mean, like, this person is not a tradie. They are like on their socials, they're such and such other profession.
Guy's got manicured hands and he's a chartered accountant. He's never lifted a shovel in his life.
Yeah. One of them was actually. Do you remember the story last year about the woman that was arrested at a Bunnings in Melbourne for like not refusing to wear a mask and like mouthing off at everyone, and they basically called the cops, and then she started mouthing off at the cops, and the cops just arrested her. It was a bit of a funny story in the start of the lockdown. People like, oh, haha, anti-vaxxers. Well, anyway, she was there, so she was one of the people that was protesting. It's like, yeah, you're not a tradie.
So I would like to go back to Australia for at least a visit. Sometime.
Are you sure?
Go
to Berlin and get like all the MDMA at a rave.
You could go to New Zealand and have effectively the same thing, but nicer people and nicer views
but
and
my
stuff.
family is in Australia. I want to go visit my family.
Well, the hope is with vaccinations getting sorted in the next, I suppose, couple of months to a reasonable level. International travel will be viable.
I'm
Yes,
more annoyed
but-
with the Premier.
Which one?
She keeps giving us numbers. She keeps giving us numbers about the state's vaccination rate, and I can't independently confirm them. And then the national rates are way lower.
No, that's because
Actually,
I
just
heard-
quickly, guys, I'm just going to quickly grab a bit of while you're all talking about other stuff. I'm just going to quickly grab a taco and then be back in a second.
Taco. It's not Thursday.
Yeah, I know, right? I made them myself.
Fucking heathen. Eat tacos
It's not
any
second
day other than
edition.
Thursday.
Is it Taco Tuesday or Taco Thursday?
It's Taco Thursday.
Or is it
I
Taco
thought
every day?
tacos only existed in second edition.
Tacos are a delicious, cheap treat that you have at the end of the pay cycle when the pantry is almost empty. Thus, Thursdays.
Speaking of food, I need to get back to watching that guy eat 183,000 eggs.
What?
It's it's in general. Hang on, I'll tag you.
No, thank you. I'm good. Nope. I there's a reason why I mute this server. Some of the
It's-
shit in it is just fucking.
No, this was it was Final Fantasy 4 or whatever, 14, whatever. Niles linked it, I think. Was it you? Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it was me.
God.
I knew there were a couple of guys who were really keen on it. So
Do you
That's
remember
funny as
that,
fuck.
I had actual bard skills when I was playing Bacon. I've been learning the piano lately, and I would have loved to have played you guys a tune. It would have been great. But I'll play a bard in future. It'll be a treat.
I'm sure it will.
So, we're all gonna land on this planet, and we're all gonna fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, we're all going to where is it? Corellia.
Corellia.
Do we have the money to pay for refueling?
Well, I
probably
was
not.
just
That's
thinking,
a hustle, isn't it?
if we sell the ship, imagine how much fucking money we'd get.
So I have a, probably this is metagaming, but I'm feeling we are not sell the ship. I feel the ship is, integral to like the story.
It does.
Maybe?
It does sound that way.
I don't
How much
know.
money would we get?
Yeah, there's always a thought we could just sell the ship and buy a piece of shit.
We could buy. We
You know
could each
what?
buy
You know
But
what?
like-
I'm not the DM anymore, so fuck it. Let's sell the ship.
I'm just saying.
Oh my
Like,
god,
just
saying.
Brad.
top of the fucking line Sith ship of a manufacturer unknown. We could get fucking premium for this on the outer
That's
rim.
what I'm saying.
Dude, we could get premium with the ship because it's got stealth capability. Imagine this is a
No,
smuggler ship.
Sorry, I missed it. Let's just go to hut space.
We could go to hut space and sell the ship. Imagine the amount of money we could get for the ship.
Right here, we got. We could go to Nar Shaddaa, right? Because everyone knows where Nar Shaddaa is.
Totes.
I assume we've all played KOTOR at least once.
I have not. But I was
Nar
considering it.
Nar Shaddaa is the moon orbiting Null Hutta. It's
Oh.
like where all the crime happens. It's a magical place.
Was KOTOR getting a
Yeah.
remaster? Was that happening?
Yep.
Yep.
I hope it's a remaster.
There's also a remaster of Diablo 2.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, dude, they
so
charge
DM,
$70.
we've decided we're going to sell the ship. Does that hurt? Does it screw up your plans in any way?
Wait, we were talking about it.
Not really, but there's probably a couple of steps. But like, let me put it this way:
Between that,
you are a very fucking long way away from Nar Shaddaa. But if you can get the ship that far, then yeah, who knows? See what happens.
Is that what you sell
Yeah.
ships?
I mean, it's like the black market if it was a moon.
Look, all I'm saying is, I think that we get some cash to just get some basic cash. At some point, we sell this ship because fuck me, I'd say it's worth a lot.
It's hot.
I mean, does anyone
don't
actually
mean
know
that as
anything about the
criminal.
huts?
I know quite a bit about the huts, but I'm a droid.
I mean,
I think-
characters, not people.
If that's
think
the case,
charac-
that's up to you.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
I'm
think
a
character-wise, I would know of the huts because the Republic would have had interactions with the huts.
Yeah.
At least some interactions. There would probably have been at least some patrols around the hut area to fight the pirates. But that's about it.
Let me put it
Well,
this way.
Like,
What's a hut?
A species of disgusting gastropod. Characterized by sexual slavery and debauchery. Also, really good tacos.
So delicious. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, the okay. So actually, Face, you would if that makes sense, right? That you would have some kind of knowledge about dealings. Unless you want to give me a roll, but base knowledge, you would know that the huts, if they could, as long as they don't get caught for this, because they don't want to fucking die, you could probably strip the ship. They would probably take it, and they wouldn't keep. You don't know if they would keep it or they could simply just strip it for parts, right? Like either way, it's
yeah, that's I like that part. I have no idea and do not.
I think we put it on the.
But I know of
to-do
the huts. They are black market dealers. They are pirates. They are the scum and villain.
oh
whatever
yeah,
that
they're
shit is.
scum.
Oh, or whatever that shit is, trope, whatever. But like my knowledge of the huts would be very basic.
Yeah, they would probably take it off your hands.
But I don't know. I was actually kidding. I don't know if the
I know.
if the people went.
Hmm.
I was just trying to make you stress. I was just trying to stress you out.
No, mate.
Man's been prepping for 3 years. I don't think he's gonna stress.
I know you guys have thrown me a few curveballs already, which has been fun. Just didn't think you were going to go in a certain direction. I was like, oh, cool. I mean, you're going to do this. Okay, cool. So, yeah. So you guys all kind of come back after your search. Oh, by the way, Taylor, with your 26, you don't obviously find the was it 20? Was that 23? 23.
Right.
You don't find a fucking tracker because Faith found it. But what you do find when you're going through some boxes is you find how many? You find 5. 1, 2, 3. You find a comlink for. Sorry, you find a basic comlink for all of you.
Hey,
And-
nice.
and you find a few different, and you find in the same box some very basic weapons. So they would be
Well, I don't think
nothing.
comlink, but
Pardon? Have you guys already got comlinks?
No, I don't
Like-
think so.
No.
I
Oh,
think
well,
I
you got one now.
part of my loadout.
They are not helmet mounted or anything. They are the real basic ones. That they are like almost like a walkie-talkie. They're the ones. They're the chic razor. If you've seen the first movie,
I was going to say. So
it's
so
the
there
chic
are
lady's razor. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It has.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. They used a fucking razor handle for the prop, didn't
Yep.
they?
Yep.
I analyze the frequency and just change my internal comlink to match that frequency.
Yep.
Do you pass out the comlinks?
Yes,
Of course I do. Wait,
I-
which droid found these?
Taylor did.
Oh, never mind.
Taylor has a mouthful of chocolate, but yes.
Okay, so I would take one of those comlinks and put it in my utility belt because I have a utility.
Yep. It can easily fit in a pocket of cloak or anything. It's quite small.
One's combat wedding, even.
Do you also share the weapons, Taylor?
Of course. Do you think we'll be needing them?
Yes, I would be needing them if I can. Can I look over them, please?
Yep.
Of
So
course.
in there you find.
I'm asking Taylor. I'm actually asking Taylor for permission, considering she's the ones with them.
I'm literally standing there with one of them in my hand, looking at it, going, "Of course, here you go." Just hand it to you.
Okay. I have a look over the weapons and see what kind they are.
So you find a. Actually, let me do this. Let's do some fucking old school damn shit. Let's roll.
Oh lord, this is gonna end horribly.
God. Oh
Oh
God.
no, it's only on the basic weapons. You're not going to get anything super broken, but there might be something a bit better than maybe what you were going to get originally. How many weapons are there?
May I offer some advice, Adam?
Yes.
It is way better to do your table rolls for loot first, and then take out the stuff that might be a bit too powerful for their level.
Oh yeah. That's all good. So I'm
Blasters aren't that good
determining-
anyway. Blasters are very generic.
Yeah, but what if we
most
got like a disruptor rifle?
I mean that is on the cards.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it wouldn't be a disruptor rifle, but it's something similar. Let's look at. Oh, no, that's actually a pretty good roll. You find a regular blast rifle. You find a carbine rifle. You find a disruptor pistol.
Does anyone need the disruptor pistol?
Aren't you a Jedi?
I am.
X3 does that thing where it T-poses and then all the little latches and hatches on its body open and it spells steam. I am completely armed with a blaster rifle and ion pistol. Rounds off the ammunition counts that none of you need to hear me do an impersonation of.
Likewise, I have
So-
my vibro blade and blaster carbine.
Hey Jedis, guess which players are role-playing as paper dolls for you to micromanage?
So
So-
the blaster pistol, that's a
Yep.
lot better than anything I. Those are both better.
Blast pistol's 1d6, right? Reload
Blaster
16.
You mean the disruptor pistol?
Yeah, you have a disruptor. So you have a blast pistol. Sorry, no, it wasn't that. It was
Blaster
a
rifle.
blaster rifle. Did you get? No, you didn't get a carbine rifle. It was a blaster pistol, a blaster rifle, and a disruptor pistol. So the blaster pistol and blaster rifle pretty standard. They are very normal stock standard things. Disruptor pistol, however, is the result of the really good roll that I did on behalf of you guys. It's not super broken, but it's not fucking bad. It's got a bit of kick to it.
Are
I
they,
mean, I
are
don't
those
think I have a
D8s?
sidearm.
Pardon?
Wait,
They are okay. A blaster pistol is a D6. a blaster rifle is a D8, and a disruptor pistol is also a D8.
What type of damage do they do?
The first two do energy, and the disruptor pistol does acid damage. I will post if I can. Can I actually? So if you look, it's hard to see because they don't break out into separate pages. But I can just take a screenshot of the blaster disruptor pistol stat block here. And you'll just need to add it manually in. Unfortunately, we can't do all the fancy shit because we're using a different system. But it is in the campfire now.
So
that is...
I already have a blaster rifle, so I don't need that.
Mhm.
So the disruptor pistol would be an upgrade for me.
Yep.
As in,
So
it's better than my hold up. It's a hold up. It's better than my current, like my little blaster.
So that 4,000 is how much money it's worth too. If you bought it at store. So it is.
Wow.
Also, I will say there is. I haven't gone into this, but this is actually a good example. As per like starting equipment and stuff, we made sure we everyone started with PHB gear. If you look at the website, the WH, which is there's EC and WH is Wretched Hives, which is a whole bunch of extra stuff. And the EC extended content, that stuff is in the world, it is in the game, but you will generally have to either find it, have to go through hoops for it, go like access a black market. Like it is not something you will find. If you go to a standard store, they will generally only have PHB stuff there. Unless there's a reason, like they might have special Wookiee weapons if they're on a Wookiee planet. But
I'd follow you.
Yeah. Like, you're not going to find a disruptor pistol in a store, no matter how much. You will find it in a black market. But you fucking rolled good. It's a good roll, and you guys got a cool pistol.
So, Joey, you can definitely take the disruptor pistol. Like, I don't need it. And Adam, what were the other two? It was a blaster rifle and what?
A blaster rifle and a blaster pistol. So both standard fare. You can find them anywhere.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll take the blaster pistol.
Thematically as well.
If no one wants it.
Yep. So who's carrying what? Sorry, the blaster. Who got the blaster rifle?
I don't think anyone needs a blaster rifle.
I was going to take the pistol.
All right, I'll take the rifle.
Cool. All right. Okay, no worries. So the rifle and pistol both look like standard clone trooper armaments. Specifically, like they're the ones that they look the same as what
I already have.
What has? Yep.
Face has.
Yeah. Standard clone trooper armaments.
Yeah, man, we could look up the actual designations and stuff if we wanted to.
The Stormtrooper's the E11, but I can't remember. I think it's not advanced as the E11 timeline yet, but they're similar.
It's that really long one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it?
But the thing is, it's a two-handed weapon. It's a two-handed. The blaster rifle is a two-handed weapon, but it's two-handed to fire. You can actually hold it in one hand. It's not a long rifle.
Yeah, it's
not like a long
short
arm.
one, isn't it? It's like it's a short one.
It requires two. It's the one that literally in that GIF that they're firing. So in that they're firing it one-handed, and the blaster rifle is a two-handed weapon in the game. But that's to fire accurately. To actually fire it properly, you need two hands. Even if it's a short nose, it's a short. It doesn't have a big stock on the end of it.
This thing in universe can fire 10 kilometers.
Oh yeah, it's insane. Because it's a laser. Like it's a laser. Like yes.
It's called the
So
DC-15A, by the way.
Do you want us
Yes,
to add that?
DC-15A blaster carbine.
Yep.
We add that. How do we add it?
And it's not a carbine, apparently. It is a really big gun.
You add it under attacks and power casting.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so-
DC-15A blaster.
I can add it for you. So you took the blaster rifle, correct?
Yes, rifle,
Chris?
correct.
Okay, I can add that to your sheet as an attack. So generally you just got to go in, unfortunately, and go through stuff.
There's a little box.
I think I did click add, but I might have clicked the wrong box.
Yeah. If you click add, you have to fill out all the information yourself.
Yeah, generally you have to, unfortunately, for this. So it's a dex-based attack. Do you have proficiency in this, though? That's the question. I don't think you do, because it's a martial blaster. But you don't fire it with proficiency then. But, it's fine. It's totally fine. 1d8.
An uncivilized weapon.
Plus dex, and it is energy, ENERGY. And crit is 1d. Crit's just the same. It should be fine. And the attack name is.
Oh wow, my level 1 fighter doesn't have a fighting style.
Blast rifle. There you go.
I've leveled this up wrong.
So you should be able to see it there on your sheet, Chris.
I can see it there.
Yep.
Cool.
So that
thanks.
is your blast rifle. So you have a +2 to attack, which is just your dexterity, not your proficiency on top. Cool. All right.
Neato.
Done.
Thanks.
And
no worries.
I took the blaster pistol.
The other things that you look at as well is it's I should probably add it to the bottom to your equipment.
It's got property of Anakin Skywalker.
Blaster rifle. Oh.
You might want to file off the serial number.
Rifle, and then so Chris, what I'm going to do just to help everyone, and I'll do this from the weapon. I've put the number in brackets next to the blast rifle on your infantry. That's the reload number. So technically, you fire 12 shots, and then you need to take a turn to reload. I mean, I don't know how you're probably not going to get 12 rounds in combat, but that is the rules for how many shots you get.
Just put it into the description.
These rules. Yep. Oh, you can go put it in the description too.
I keep track of all of my energy cells and use them independently for each reload.
A bonus action.
That's how I think it's the best way to do it.
A bonus action is you can also reload as a bonus action. You don't even need an action to do it in this game. Fantastic. Question.
I forgot to pick a fighting style for my droid when I first made this character. So there's that.
So quick question as well. That's blaster done. I think that's actually I didn't bother reading up on a lot of this stuff because I don't need to know this is a DM basically. But your basic energy cells, do you need to have clips for that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that all works.
So, because they're all energy weapons, I'm just assuming it's the same power source for each weapon with a different feeding mechanism. So I'm just keeping track of energy cells and then reloading the weapon as I need to, and keeping track of the shots in each weapon.
No problem. Because I know there's a lot of extended content about special clips you can get that give you bonus additional ice damage in addition because
energy types.
It's a cryo cell, blah, etc. But I didn't know about original cells, how much.
I just assumed the guns use ammunition and did the same thing I did in Dark Heresy.
Sounds good. All right, I'll figure that out when we have to start go shopping for stuff. That's fine. I mean, energy cells for weapons are a standard energy cell is cheap as shit. That's not a problem.
I asked Tali, did you find any extra energy cells with these?
I don't know. DM, did I find any extra energy cells?
Yeah, there'd be a few in with the gun. So each blaster pistol, the blaster pistol and rifle has one cell in it each, and there would have been another 4 cells in the crate with those guns, just for personal stash.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. And the disruptor pistol also uses acid, which I think is an acid cell. I think I'm not actually sure. I will double check that, but if that requires its own cell, you would have 1 extra over there too, and that's fully loaded as well. So you'd have effectively 32 shots with the disruptor pistol. Cool. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's probably about an hour. I don't know if is there anything else that you would want to do or check out before we pull out of hyperspace? Because that's probably going to be it.
Can I check for armor again or any kind of? Okay, so I need to redress because I'm still wearing I'm still at least at the bare minimum my clone trooper skivvies. Like I need clothes. I need something.
So what's your
Yeah.
uniform under your armor? Can you not just wear that?
Like I said, it's just the skin tight outfit.
Ah, I see. Meat bag.
So it's literally it's the skin tight outfit with the armor attached. The armor's now gone, and my outfit is ruined with blaster shots. Like I need clothing. Need something.
Is there clothing on the ship?
I hope
That's-
Anakin
hence-
brought a wardrobe with him.
Hence, is there any kind of clothing on the ship, DM?
Meat bag problems.
Do I need to
So,
roll again?
There
or-
would, no. You in the living quarters there would be some basic clothes to wear, not armor. However, if you're addressing this to SC4, he would probably say that that since the Empire is now in control, you might be able to just look like you're part of the Force and just walk in. Who knows?
Sure, except for the gaping hole in my armor, which you mentioned.
And the combat
That is
damage.
true. You
And the
are.
open
It
wounds.
does look like.
His
I mean, the
AI
wounds
is
aren't
dumb.
open anymore, but
Yeah, but my
you
armor
have
is
been
damaged.
shot. Yep. Yep.
You know
yeah.
what?
Yeah. Or
Fuck it. I'm gonna try and see if I can get replacement armor, and I'm gonna so there's clothes on the ship. So next time we land, I'm gonna just go to a garrison and see if I can get some replacement armor.
oh, like to the Imperial garrison and be like, hey, can I get some extra armor?
Yeah,
Hey, Joey.
I mean, that's not the worst idea. Like, you look like a clone. Okay.
Are they gonna like ask you where
I
your
don't look like a
deployment
clone.
is?
I am a clone.
Yeah.
No, but like, aren't they gonna ask him where his deployment is, who his officer is, what happened to his armor, and all those other questions?
Which I would have answers for.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Cool. All right. So yeah, I mean, you could do a whole bunch of things as well, and
I know.
Yep, there's plenty you can do. Okay, cool. So if that's it, unfortunately there is no armor on the ship that is extra clone armor or other, because Anakin wears robes. Like that's he doesn't need it. So that's it. You guys pull out of hyperspace and are now sitting above the blue world of Corellia. SC4 comes in.
It says the Corellian authorities will be soon getting us to come on in. I will be able to clear us through the main the main security checkpoints, and then we will have to be very careful as we land on the planet.
Do we have a name for the ship? As in, like, what's the name of the ship?
The ship
This
is
ship
called.
is called the Scimitar.
Okay, should we give it a less, Sithy name?
It is registered under Scimitar, yes?
Wasn't the plan to change or at least change the
This ship,
description?
this ship's name is not part of its designation.
What's the designation?
Just as Adam here, it would just be a series of like an actual ID code.
Cool.
Also, because its name is like just blacked out. Like the name the Scimitar will not come up on things. Like they wouldn't. It's
It's a black op ship.
Yeah,
There's a
pretty much.
redaction. There's a
It's got a
redaction
number.
every time you read
It's got a number, and you go, okay, let it in. Like,
It's a black op ship. Excellent. Are we do we land? Do we land? I'm talking to
SC4.
players, not the DM here. I'm talking to players.
SC4.
it.
Yeah.
Where's
think
the
so.
turret
Let's do
section between planets? No, Kotor joke. Okay.
I
SC4.
totally missed that. Sorry.
Huh?
Yes.
Where is the refueling station situated on the planet?
I do not know the specific layout of Coronet City, but if it is since it is industrial hub world, I believe the refueling station should be attached to the starport.
Fair enough.
It is customary on core worlds to tip the service staff who refuel your ship.
Credits.
I'm fresh out of credits. What was Deimos' character's name?
Zalak.
Zalak.
Oh yeah, is he still here?
Oh yeah, he's there. He's been like helping you guys and doing whatever, but he hasn't been saying that much. He's been I mean, he's a pretty quiet dude generally, and he has maintained that.
Cool. So are we like, Mr. DM? What is the procedure for us to land?
They will. If you guys want to land, as you kind of get closer,
Air traffic control.
Haley and SC4 will start to bring you in, and then air traffic control will hail you. And just say, I don't have a voice for this one. It's just like, it's like a voice will hail, and it won't say the scimitar. It would say,
Unidentified ship.
Yeah, unidentified ship. This is Corellia, the Corellian starport. Are you coming into land?
That is correct.
And
Over.
Then you hear this kind of like clacking sound as it's kind of scanning and trying to designate and say, "We do not have your name on record. Do you do you know let's say we currently do not have your name on record. Can you please give us your ship's name?"
Okay, so this is out of character, but
We're naming the ship.
we're naming the ship. What do we want to call it? Because I can literally just say anything at this point.
What do we call it?
The-
The Blood Fist.
That little text box pops up with the blinking cursor. What is your ship name?
Yeah.
Shit, it's not skippable.
Yeah,
Oh, can I use ASCII codes?
let's call it Dark.
Can we use?
Let's call it 8 equals D.
That's
Tilde,
my
tilde,
favorite
tilde.
one. Although I need about 10 more equals for it to be atomically correct.
Ew.
Can we make it the uwu face? Just the uwu face.
Yes, let's make it the ooh-woo. That way all the sirens have to go ooh-woo. Ooh-woo. Ooh-woo.
Okay.
Adam, welcome to my life.
Woo. All right. Okay. Did you guys actually see what the name of the ship is in the? Actually, do all of you guys see the ship stat
Yes,
block?
yeah,
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
We should all say it.
I was actually
I've been reading it for a while.
thinking about
We got 2 equals.
trying to think about an actual name for the ship. That's what I was.
Yep.
More thinking. Something that we could name it.
I'm going to be honest, I do kind of like the ooh-woo, but we have to spell it like the ooh-woo.
The only name I can think of is the Rocinante. Then, like, I'm a
Well, Niles
we
has
call it?
suggested the Bob Ross.
Dark Cuts.
the Bob Ross.
Dark.
The Boba Ross.
Boba Ross.
Is that right? Is that racist? I can't remember.
Or Boba Fett.
Can we call it the Phantom?
Oh no, I was thinking of the pool's closed, dude. My bad.
Demon
The Serenity.
Take my love. Take my love. Take me where I cannot stand. Yeah.
We could just
Hang on.
play the Firefly RPG if you guys want.
I mean, we would just swap. It'd be like we're Firefly now.
What about?
The Fly RPG way of playing was.
I'm not. I didn't. I'm assuming there is a Firefly RPG. I don't know.
Oh, there
if
is. I played it.
I'm
It was like.
Oh, really?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Oh, the
I
ship
can
has a
imagine.
dexterity of 16.
Yeah, it's a quick ship. It's a really fast ship.
So, yes, name of ship. Are we calling the Uwu?
Menesthius.
I mean,
I heard the words Firefly,
This is
and that sounds like a perfectly fine name for a ship.
Menestheus.
I'm actually pretty
Menestheus.
chill with Firefly as well.
Firefly works?
Menestheus.
Do we have a consensus? I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not-
call
I'm
it
not-
Firefly.
I'm not. Yeah, it's fine.
Firefly?
Cool. All right.
I guess.
The Firefly. Yep. So what was your one? What's Menestheus? What's the reasoning behind that one?
No reason.
Let's hear the pitch. Hey,
He's
I mean, it sounds cool.
he's the king of Athens during the Trojan War. Not relevant to Star Wars whatsoever. I just thought I just thought it sounded cool.
Oh God. Yeah. The Trojan War. Oh, that's the one because Greeks had Athens. Yeah, Troy. Yep. Cool.
Firefly it is.
Firefly. Okay, the Firefly.
It's fine.
I love it. Classic.
Corellia Tower, our ship is named the Firefly.
Registered Firefly, you have been cleared for landing. Just come on in, dock at Bay 17.
Bay 17 confirmed and out.
Justin, yeah. So as you guys kind of like come in, you see the planet of Corellia. So you guys start to actually look out over the skyline as you're coming in. It's this kind of like another kind of city. Like it's got large cities. It's and you can see these large expanses of water that separate two main islands. That is one large island that looks like densely populated, lots of skyscrapers, lots of buildings. As you kind of swoop in over the eastern side, you can see a big, like this one huge building, like really wide and tall with a big star kind of over the top of it. You can see and like the street in this area, the streets are all kind of like bustling around, and you can just see like almost little ants kind of moving along through the streets and the passageways. You kind of go over and you over the middle of this huge island, the larger island, and just see like almost like a metropolis, like lots of business kind of buildings, a lot of and a lot of like just air traffic, like kind of zipping in and out. As you pass through that, you go over this big divide of water, and come in over the top of the small island, which looks predominantly like a huge area where ships are taking off and landing, which looks like the starport. So you guys, and as you're coming in for this island as well, you can also see a lot of this area looks industrial. Like there's like big factories and these big like industrial, like not pretty buildings, like these big things just pumping out smoke and gas. And as you like kind of come into the starport, so you guys pull up. Yep.
As we're going in, do we know which ships are getting ready to leave? Is it like visible for us to be able to see that?
As you get close to the starport, you'd see some ships coming in and out. Sure.
Our nav computer would be pointing us.
You cannot see any clone trooper transports coming in and out of the planet. No.
But are there clone troopers on planet?
You're probably not at an altitude that you can make out individual people. You're still pretty high up at the moment.
Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
I was just going to say our navigation would be pointing us to our docking station, Kraid.
Yep.
Okay. So can I hook into the planet's net, like equivalent to internet or infonet, and like pull up a map of the planet, or let's pull up a map of the area that we're landing on, and see if I can find any significant points of interest, i.e., like I said, clone to a garrison if they're marked, or at least police station of some sort, like points of interest.
Cool.
Or an arms dealer.
Or
We
like
could
the
just
local, like the shops, something.
We could find a boutique armorer for you. This is Coruscant, right?
Or more of we need like money.
So there's a lot of stuff immediately you would like when you actually give me a technology roll. Give me a tech roll. Actually, would it be tech? I don't know. Yeah,
I'm literally searching the internet.
If this is Google.
Google Maps.
Arms
show
dealers.
current coordination. Enter.
Google.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sexy armorers in your local area that are down.
Okay, tech roll.
Yep.
7.
Cool. All right. So you still get a baseline of stuff just because, again, as you said, you're on the internet. So what you get is you don't get a lot of information. You get like a as you're logging into like the HoloNet of the area, it's saying it has almost like a little welcome banner that is like
Fucking pop-up ads.
Tourism, the Corellian tourism board welcome you to Corellia, and it has a little map of the area that you just see, and this is the map.
Cool. And where are we landing? At the starport?
You are landing at the starport. Yep, that's where you're pulling into.
Imperial constructions.
Yep, that's the grey. So you
that
notice,
sounds ominous.
and as you see as you're pulling in, you can see along the border, and I had exported this map properly, and it didn't save. That the tool I used for some reason didn't do the borders I drew, but there is you can see armaments that are between the white and the grey areas. That's actually like defended. You can see like towers, gun emplacements. It is fortified.
Okay.
The starport, totally fine. So
Cool. So, what's the chances of me walking into the Imperial construction zone and walking out again? Or should I just start writing up a new character now?
You could probably, so the Imperial construction zone would be like where they build Imperial ships. So if you wanted to jack an Imperial freighter or something, that's where you'd want to go. But in saying that, though, you might need to do some digging. But you would know that on these planets, even before like all of this shit went down, the clone troopers served almost as for a lot of these core planets as like a local defense force and a like there was a garrison standard there. Yeah, peacekeeping force, which would be also there would be outposts on the actual main planet themselves. So the Imperial construction zone is like there's a lot of construction going on in the white area, but that is mainly civilian craft. And you see over what is happening in the Imperial construction zone, and that is like Imperial ships being built. Or well, like you would know them as Republic ships being built. But you could probably go to an outpost that is not in the construction zone to try and wrangle some gear.
Cool.
Or steal whatever.
Okay, so there are outposts like elsewhere. There are guard posts.
Yeah, you would have served. You would have been in firefights, but you would have also been like occasionally stationed at like maybe a planet, not Corellia, but you would have been stationed on a planet where you were just like the local peacekeeping force.
There has to be a barracks somewhere.
Yeah,
like there's barracks, but there's always outposts, like little police hubs, smaller police stations. but there will be.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
How big's the starport? How many ships? How many is there okay.
It's
Things
big.
I'm looking for. I know the things I'm looking for
Yeah.
are as we land, I'm trying to see if I can find a nice, juicy, sketchy ship that I could subtly put a tracker.
Okay, so we'll probably fast forward and say you guys actually land, and then do you want to get out and have a look for this, or do you want to, or are you trying to look while you're coming into land?
A bit of both.
Why not hack
If it's
into?
possible.
Would you like me
well,
to try and
immediate-
attempt to hack
Yep.
into the starport's what's it called? Net the
HoloNet.
the manifests. Do you want me? Do you want
Let's
to
go
log?
with all of it.
I was going to say manifests. Do you want me to log into the starport manifests and see if you can find anything?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Find
You
the worst
yep.
rated ship, and let's put the tracker onto that.
I would
Yeah,
actually say
that's
looking at the
fast.
manifest is better because usually from the manifest you'd be able to tell which one's sus. At least which
ones
one's probably trying to smuggle something. Usually from the manifest.
Which ones are
You would-
typically shit ships? A poor reputation with the system of this planet.
Anything that's heading to hut space.
Okay,
Yes.
DM. I hack in to try and get access to the starport's manifests.
So you would actually know that that kind of information is generally not stored on the HoloNet. It's on systems in the starport that is like a hard point. So you've
so
seen
are
like
we-
the
are we
things that
at-
R2D2 like toot, 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 into. You would need one of them.
Right. So
You would need a
I
fixed hard point in the starport.
have what's it called? Astrotech tools. And also we've landed, so we could find a hard point, right?
Yep. So if you guys land, you're still in the ship. Are you guys gonna like get out and have a look around?
Is
Well,
there
it-
anyone waiting for us outside the ship, i.e., like a squad of
Troopers?
stormtroopers waiting with blasters rifles ready to shoot us?
That's a good question. Can we see what's waiting for us outside before we descend?
I mean, there is a little slit in the
There's
window for like
there's
if
a
you actually
reverse
look at the
parking
art,
camera.
that where the lot.
Are you saying there's no cameras on the ship? Come on, this is the future. There should be
Oh,
reverse
that's true.
cameras.
That's fine. That's
That's-
true. That is actually a good point. There would probably be cameras on the outside.
I
But
throw
even
it into
through, like,
reverse.
just visually as you land. Yeah, you throw it in reverse.
I throw it
If
into reverse and you see the camera.
in So, like, even just the visual line that you get, you land and there's no one there. It's just like any other civilian craft that's pulled up.
Cool.
As
no.
we check it out and as we're going to leave, I make sure to hide my lightsaber with like just tuck it away really.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a good question.
out of
What are you wearing?
I look at the
What?
Jedis. I look at the Jedis and look at them and go and ask, you guys should probably look less Jedi.
Yeah. I think I'm wearing light armor. That's what I start with, so I don't have like a Jedi robe on or anything like that.
I think
But
that's
is it
also-
Jedi make armor?
Hmm?
Jedi make armor?
If it is, I'm happy to try to find bits and bobs around to try to disguise it.
It is very much, it's most likely Jedi armor. It's like Jedi armor is very distinct.
So the
Yeah,
light
that's-
armor is like you have the pants that are the classic Jedi like pant,
Hmm.
and which I mean, it's just trouser legs. They're not that crazy.
Yeah, but they're like samurai pants.
But you have the you have that breastplate that you see like Obi-Wan has one. I think it's actually in the thing in the artwork. If so it's like a wartime Jedi style. It's not
Yeah.
marked with Jedi symbols, but I mean a commoner wouldn't know what that looks like, but
Yeah,
maybe
but a trooper might.
Yeah,
maybe
a trooper would definitely
yeah.
see that and going, yep, that's Jedi armor.
Hask actually looks like he does in that picture, and Hask is not actually wearing Jedi make.
Mm.
He kind of looks
Okay.
he looks like he does in the image. Hask would not pass as Jedi.
So maybe I should have asked. Well, I mean, I didn't think to ask, but perhaps before we leave or as we're landing, I do a bit of a quick look around to see if there's any armor or anything. Or if not, then I'm happy to just take the armor off specifically and just put on some rags to not look like a Jedi.
I mean, what you do find is you find a cloak that is actually not it's not your Jedi cloak. It's a very similar cloak, but it's not of the Jedi colors.
It's
Make
black.
of that what you will.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
I
black, but
figured
it's
as much.
dark. Yeah.
A dark cloak. Okay, well, I'm happy to go with that and not necessarily take off my armor, but put on the cloak. Actually, no, you'd still be able to see the armor underneath the cloak, right?
The cloak can fully draw
Just,
up the front.
okay, well, in that case, I'll keep the armor on, go a cloak, and very much hide my saber.
Cool. All right. So the hiss is you're all standing out the front, kind of like waiting expectantly, and the hiss of the doors like starts to give way, and the front door like kind of folds downwards from the top and creates a little walkway touching the ground. As no one is waiting for you. It seems like you're okay for right now.
Can look outside, see if I spot anything sketchy.
So in your hangar bay, there's nothing immediately sketchy. There's a few service droids running around, like beeping and whirring and bumping into each other as they kind of like try and start hooking up different like repair maintenance stuff to your ship as per normal. And that's about it. There's no actual life in the bay at the moment.
Can I attempt to implore one of them to to help me fix my companion droid? One of the maintenance droids? Using my rustic using my rustic hospitality?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Okay, well, I try to talk to one, and I say, "Excuse me, are you able to perform some repairs on my companion droid here?" That probably
it turns
beeps in binary.
And it goes boop, 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 and which you interpret as we don't have the parts for that right here. We'd have to fix him. You might need to check the he would say check out some of the shops near the Grand.
Thank you. And I move on.
And then they run around and start connecting their things and doing their job. As you walk into the main section of the building it kind of opens up and you see kind of people lining up to go into the counter to go and fix up all their actually go and book themselves in and say what they need repaired and whatnot, like service. And there's kind of a line forming. It's like 2 or 3 people lining up already. And over to the side, there is another board that says Corellian Tourism Board in big, like a big lettering over the stall with a little eye underneath it.
Is there a hardline point near there?
There's probably one inside the docking in our dock, so you don't need to go out into the public.
Oh,
because you'd be subtle, wouldn't you?
I mean, actually, yes, you would actually be.
TA1
to check the bay.
TA1 would probably not be subtle, but yes, I would love to check the bay.
Yeah, so there would be hard point especially where the little droids are kind of going around.
Yep. I asked the same droid that I was talking to before. May I use this hard point for a second?
The droid kind of looks up at you quizzically, like it's a bit weird, but it goes and it's like, sure.
Thank you.
You don't need to roll for it because of that feat.
Sweet.
And so you would be give me a, I don't know, what is it? What's the hacking skill in this game? Is it technology? I think it is technology. Because there's not anything else in here.
Are we still level 1 or level 2 now?
You are level 1. You are level 2 on your long rest, which will probably be the end of this session. Oh yeah, it's fine. So you so that's fine. You get what were you looking for?
The ship's manifests.
Cool. Yeah, you get the whole kit and caboodle. So there are a whole bunch of ships. The ones you get, a few of them. There's one 3 bays down that looks like it is heading out to. Where would it be heading out to? There's one. If I go to the galaxy map, there's one heading out to. Probably there'd be one heading out to Onderon. Actually, no, that's currently in fucking lockdown. There's one heading out to Salus Sasimi. There's one heading out to nope, not Ryloth. This is testing my on the fly knowledge. There's one heading out to Naboo, and there is one heading out to Toydaria. The Toydarian one, I mean, depends. Like they're the ones in your area that are in the outer rim or mid rim. I mean, Toydaria is mid rim, but
I relay this message to 5417.
So, Mr. DM, how much do I know about planets?
Give me a is it history in this game?
Law.
It's like law. Okay, it would be law. It would be law.
Hey, Ryan.
-1.
Yes.
Well,
do you mind streaming on Discord as well? I was trying to do it, but I can't. I'm using my work laptop and I can't quite seem to sort that out.
Oh, yes. Apologies for that.
Okay. So basically, you would know with the 12. You haven't heard. Actually, let's roll a d4 and see what planet you don't know of. 3. Okay, cool. All right. So the one you have no idea of, like you know all of them by name because they're larger planets. You don't know Salukami. That one you're like, I don't really know a lot about that. The one you do know about though, you do know about Toydaria. Toydaria is in the mid rim, so it's not quite as far away as the other ones, but it is in hut space.
Can I also see what the manifest is? What they're carrying?
Yep. As they are carrying lots of like it's like a merchant ship. So they are carrying like the manifest says like general goods, and it's like some food, like maybe some local stuff in like local Corellian. Actually, Corellia produces wine, so there'd be some Corellian wine on board. There would also be just almost basic kind of. There's no weapons on the manifest. There's no not prohibited but restricted stuff on there. It looks like a general merchant ship.
Cool.
It is also a YT model, if that helps you, which a YT 1300. with a 12, you probably, I don't know how much you probably don't know a lot about that because it's a civilian ship
Yeah, but
with a
it's
12.
smuggler
They're all
ship.
the same to you.
A
I mean,
smuggler
they are
ship.
used for smuggling. But
So
you don't
it's
know
a
that.
YT light fighter. So okay, cool. Light freighter. So
Yep.
cool. So I know what I'm going to do. I am going to try and find a local garrison, not the Imperial garrison, but as like a smaller outpost of a garrison, and see if I can at least get new armor. Like at least replace my battle scarred one, so I look like a cleaner. So I look clean at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to roleplay that, but I want to try and bluff my way through.
Yeah,
Somehow.
absolutely.
Yeah. But that's
We'll roleplay
what I
that.
want to do. We can do that really, or like however. But I'll let the guys do their things first.
Yep.
And then I know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to call a fake inspection on that ship and plant the tracker on it.
I love that. That's really good. Sure. Yep. That sounds great to me as a DM. That sounds amazing. So
I have no idea whether to succeed or fail because, like I said, my rolls are completely average and my stats are completely average. So it'll be fun if I fail. Let's see what happens. But yeah, I don't know what everyone else is. That's what I'm going to do because my job right now is to get rid of this fucking tracker.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fair. Would you like assistance?
Yes. A droid would be put the ruse.
I will accompany you.
Two
Thank you, Dominic.
questions from my perspective. And obviously, if I know that the answers are no, or it's just something that I can't figure out or find out,
Mhm.
I might just see who else I can help within the party. But I'm curious if I would know if there's like any known Mandalorians around this area.
Give me a lore roll on the planet.
Oh, raw. Boop, where's my card? Boop. Boop, boop, boop.
Cool. So as a Mandalorian, this is something that, like, you might not know a lot about a lot of planets, but you know about Mandalorians and how they kind of operate.
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorians can be found on a lot of planets. However, generally, outside of Mandalore, they're generally individuals. And they are quite often Mandalorians might grab themselves jobs as bodyguards, bounty hunters, like guns for hire. You could find them at maybe a local like a local guild of bounty hunters,
Bounty hunters or something like job.
lesser mercenaries. Yeah, like job places where they post those kind of jobs. As collections outside of Mandalore, they only really collect in mid or outer rim colonies. They generally don't venture and like set up shop on in the core, like in those areas.
Yep.
Yeah. So you don't think you'll probably be able to find like a bunch of them, but maybe you'll bump into a Mandalorian.
Maybe bump into one or two. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll for the rest of the party, everyone, I would love the opportunity to go to a if we know where there might be one, a bounty kind of bar for lack of a better term.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Cool.
I was just,
does anyone have any things that they want to do inside the starport, or?
I feel like I just turned my voice off for a second because I need to say to Joey, TA1's appearance is not as clean as the avatar would make it out. Like, she's very much like a scratched up robot. I don't know if that helps or hinders your.
I'll think of something.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
Okay, just double checking.
I'm picturing a very Rogue One experience of like the droid just being like, "Yep, I'm a droid. I have these people captured or whatever." He's like, "I'll fucking make something up. It's fine. Don't worry about it."
I do ask though if Tali will just try not to say too much. Follow my lead. I'll try and do all the talking.
Very well. Hang on.
Very well.
Cool. Is there? Okay. So, is there any other things that people would like to do while they're here, or any? Yeah, basically, you've got kind of like the one thing you guys do need to do, as you probably noticed, is you need to like go and like register and
Yeah, we need to do that. We need to pay for fuel
at the
somehow.
service desk.
I don't have money, so this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, so I think us maybe doing a bit of a bounty or just a job or two might be
Yeah.
helpful. But
Yeah,
I think it might be important to ditch the tracking device.
That disruptor
first.
pistol we found might be worth a significant amount of money, considering the nature of the
Actually-
technology.
Actually, yeah. I mean, I'd be happy to sell the blaster rifle. And I don't know. It's up to you, Face, if you want to sell yours. But that'd absolutely pay for fuel.
Oops, sorry.
If you guys want to sell it for money, that's fine by me. Otherwise, I had an idea of what to do with it or try and keep it. But-
If we can find other means, because it's quite a good weapon, right? If we can find other means to make money, then I reckon we should.
I feel like this is the kind of planet where we could make money really quickly.
Yeah.
The thing is, if we hang around, if we put this tracking device on the ship and it doesn't leave, they're going to be coming here for
Yeah.
us.
Well,
We
hence,
want to get away from this.
Let's find a ship that's going to leave soon.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, we.
Oh
will be-
yeah, I just assumed with that tech roll that was ships going to be soon departing in the next day or two.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which and that's why I'm like
You wouldn't have been like,
going to
give me a ship that's leaving in 4 weeks. No. Like I just assumed that he wanted a ship that looked kind of dodgy, so you got like a freighter that's going to Toad area.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I'd love to do a job. I'm,
Yeah, sure.
looking to get some cash.
Surely there's something we can do to earn some money.
Is there a job board nearby?
The nearest thing to you at the moment is a I mean there's an information kiosk near you, but
Can-
that's
I'm looking.
Can
I'm
I
looking for
hack?
a dirty, seedy pub or bar that'll have some rough types.
Mhm.
Can I hack the ship's manifest to say that we've paid up?
The manifest doesn't have that. That's their. I mean, you would need to get access to their terminal, but I mean, technically.
credit card fraud. Woo!
That doesn't stop us needing to actually earn money and do jobs. I just thought it would be funny.
I don't want
You
to
just be like, we're paid. Can we leave now?
What do you guys want to do? Like, I just want to get a job. And
So as you guys are talking and waiting in line, the person you kind of there's a woman with a short black bob kind of calls and goes, next please, beckoning you over.
I approach.
Are we all going?
someone's got to pay.
I say,
CT and Tali wouldn't be there because we'd be heading straight to a guy.
oh, that's right.
Because we're going
Yes.
to get rid of the tracker straight away.
Yes.
Who's paying for this? What's the blaster worth?
I feel like you guys could just get the paperwork and figure out how much it's going to cost to refuel, and then pay before we leave. You don't need to pay right now.
Right.
Yes, I can hear, like, she doesn't hear Taylor say that, but she says, Are you new to Corellia? We have a policy of on payment on exit.
Oh, okay. Well, that'd be good then. We'll yeah, we're just looking to fill the ship up.
Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of we're short on fuel at the moment, specifically hyperspace fuel. But we will refuel and stock your ship, and when the time comes, you should be able to head on off.
When will that be?
Oh, shortly. It's just with and there's like, as you notice, kind of like occasionally there are some like clone troopers walking. Actually, no, there's not clone troopers. There are like TV screens, and they are showing, like, as you look up, they're showing the current news, and the current news says the Jedi Jedi betray Republic, Chancellor Supreme Chancellor
Palpatine.
Supreme Chancellor Palpatine ascends as Emperor.
Yeah, okay.
And she says there's a lot going on at the moment, so we're kind of backed up a little bit, but we're processing this quickly, and we hopefully in the next day maybe I don't know. There's a lot going on at the moment. I'm sorry.
All right. That's okay. We'll leave it with you.
Yes. All you. So you're base 17, correct?
That's correct.
You're base 17. Fantastic. And she will. She said, "Can I get a name, the owner, just so we can organize payment later?"
Who's with us? Who's with me?
I reckon Joey's character can be kind of like
Our
person
face, if you
running the.
Ben, are you with me?
Yeah, I would have gone.
We need a name. I don't want to give the actual name.
Joey, is your character's name actually Face?
See, remember, clones don't actually have names. They just have a name that they decide, and Face was the name decided for my character. So
yeah, so I don't think there's any harm in giving them Face.
All right, give him Face.
Okay, she kind of looks at and goes, okay. Sure. That's was that the and Joey, you're not wearing the clone armor anymore, hey?
I'm not there.
No. When you got off the ship, you're not wearing.
I am wearing clone armor. I'm in full clone armor.
And you're just like walking off. Yep, cool.
Yep.
And she says, the trooper that was with you.
That is correct.
Oh, okay. Sure thing. He probably has a better idea of what's going on than me anyway. And she just says, thank you. We'll be ready as soon as possible.
Why am I the owner? That's a bad idea.
Who else would you have picked though? It's either bots or
The
Jedis.
naive droid, obviously.
All right. Does that mean so we're walking back to? Are we going back to the ship, or are we meeting back somewhere else?
Well, you kind of have like
We have comms.
You have comms, and the comms will go like I think in the rulebook it's like 3 miles.
Okay,
which is quite a while.
Well, I would like to get a job from the job board, get some cash.
But I think Joey, were you planning to do the whole tracking device? I think that's probably pretty imperative.
Can we help in any way?
No, please don't.
That's what I mean. Like, then let's just go to the bar while we wait.
Yeah. So
You guys head to the bar. Let us handle the tracking device.
Okay. So yeah, we'll head to the bar wherever we can find a job board / bounty board.
A very unique bar somewhere.
Somewhere
rough.
You can to find out some information. You see some like the welcome welcome to Corellia, like kind of like as what I would say is like in the 21st century as like brochures, like pamphlets, but they're kind of like little data cards and stuff of places to go in the tourism board, like because they're kind of handing this shit out to like kind of show people where to go. And they have a whole bunch of little things listed. Prominently, there's a few things on there saying about the entertainment district. That is, they have the casino there, and they have like some food markets and that kind of fun touristy stuff. They do mention that they do mention what? Okay. They do mention on the that a lot of the bars and a lot of the hustle and bustle of the city, as it puts it, is in the central district, which is, if you look, are you guys on the map? Yeah, the light blue, the big one in the middle, is known as Central District.
Yep, cool. Did someone need to go to the Grand? Or you had?
Yep. So the stars, and you would know this, the stars are actually train, like the brown lines. That's actually the maglev train network, and the stars are the actual stops, the stations themselves.
So did we say the Grand and which other one?
I thought someone wanted to go to the Grand. Someone needed to go to the Grand.
I was inquiring about fixing my droid companion, and one of the suggestions was to head to the Grand and try and find some parts there.
Well, we can meet you there in a very seedy bar.
Oh, I feel like I'll need the money before I start buying the parts, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm. So sorry if I missed it. Were we saying there's going to be a bar or like a bounty board in around the Grand or somewhere else?
We're just going to a pub to wait for them to plant the truck.
They said there's a lot of hustle and bustle in Central District, so there's a lot of just like, that's where a lot of the people live.
Yeah.
The common, like not poor and not wealthy, they're just like just daily grinders kind of thing. Okay. And there are places all over the area, so you could probably go to the Grand,
Maggie's Reach or the Bazaar.
Yeah, you could jump off at any one of those stops and take a look around.
Any preferences, guys?
Whatever.
A particular hive of scum and villainy.
I'm happy either the Grand or the Bazaar. I like the sound of the Bazaar.
I'm not looking for a fight, but I kind of am looking for a fight. Anyway.
Yep, cool. So you guys hop on these ultra quick trains that are that when they jet off and they go over the water, they're kind of like propped up on these huge, and there's actually like that one hex is actually quite a significant distance. It's not like a small little river. And it just kind of like shoots you off over, and you kind of just see the widespread kind of the range of the city, and like the such massive differences in verticality. Like there's a lot of small little buildings, but every so often there'll be this huge like tower that could be businesses, apartment blocks, like a whole bunch of stuff going on there. But a lot of the buildings are actually only like two to 3 stories kind of thing. But you know, stuff's going everywhere. Like it's a real there's just what's the word? It's like it's just constantly busy, and you can sense of the whirring and the life around the place. So the first stop from the starport is actually the Grand. If you look, so your starport, the Grand, and then it kind of wraps around. Okay. So it pulls in. This line is the central line, and then you're not going towards the Southern District yet. So the first stop is the Grand. Do you guys want to get off, or
yeah, we can hop off. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we'll get off.
Cool.
That's right.
Yes.
On the ride on the maglev, I'm actually going to do some quick research on the Holonet. Just you know, I'm going to look up local news and see, try to just collate some local news. Try to find where there have been recent fights, or like the most common area where there's been disturbances and fights. Because it's always big news when there's some blaster shots get fired.
Yeah,
too much the dodgy area.
Yeah. Okay. So without Do you even need a roll for this? I mean, you can just open up the news. Like that's not like I don't
That's
think you
literally
need
what
a
I'm
roll
doing.
for that.
It's literally what
yeah,
I'm doing.
it's not like I'm not. Yeah. So you read a few notes in there. There is there's some there are some mentions of like the tone is everything's fine and there's a lot going on, but the Supreme Chancellor, now Emperor, has never steered you wrong before. You've been kept very safe, and
It's now become from
Corellia,
the Grand Republic to the new Empire.
yep. You're switching over from the New Republic to you're now the new Galactic Empire. Everything seems like the mood of this is positive, overwhelmingly positive, and they are they're saying there have been unrest. There has been there is an editorial piece about like the wanting the new powers of the Empire to start better policing the sliver. And it also throws in cleaning up the wretched hives of the Southern District.
Cool.
I mean, you can.
I literally just need a location for my bullshitting story. That's literally.
Oh yeah. So basically, I mean, effectively, what you glean is that especially because like it's like reading Fox News, where you're kind of like the Southern District is where generally the poorer working class people live,
Fuck the
and
liberal.
pretty much. So they're
Fuck the
like.
left.
Yeah, so they're like they're like that's where a lot of slum area is. There's a lot of slums in the Southern District, which is that green area.
Cool.
The sliver is only mentioned by name, and it is what you gather to be that little red slice. And it claims that all the crime runs out of the sliver. And pollutes Coronet City, basically.
Cool.
Cool.
So
you guys get off at the Grand. Are you guys all together, and you're getting off to go find an outpost near the Grand as well?
yeah, might as well. As well.
Cool. All right. So let's do. I'll quickly say the rest of the party. There are a few bars around the place, and we'll get to that. We'll do the thing first. We'll do the Imperial bullshitting first. Okay. If you guys are ready for Joey, you're ready for what you want to say and do.
I am born scared. Anyways.
Okay. Okay, so you guys split up, and with a short wandering around, you find Taylor and Face. You find a small outpost near the Grand Station. It's probably on the map. It's probably around like here, like one hex up and to the left from the Grand.
Yep. From my previous knowledge, would I know that there would be at least a small armory where I could restock my armor there?
At the outpost, yeah,
Yes.
they would have some supplies. Not like a garrison where you have to go through all that stuff, but like
No.
bits and pieces.
All I'm after is literally a replacement armor, so I don't look like I've been shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, theoretically, you could even just get a replacement shoulder piece, right? Because it's all composite armor that you have. So
Yep.
You get a replacement.
5417.
Dude.
Should I have my blaster out?
No, please don't. Just it's fine. If I can wait outside, I will go in.
Very well.
Okay. I head into the garrison. I salute the person behind the desk.
Yep.
And do they say anything?
Yeah, they say all hail the new Empire.
All hail New Empire.
He kind of nods and says, "You look new here. You from off planet? What's your number?"
Yes, sir. 52355. I've been recently assigned to help. I was recently assigned to help with a squad that was patrolling the sliver. I was shot, and I've been coming here. I was told to come here and get replacement armor.
He kind of like looks down and gets his data pad out and like scrolls through his list of all the people supposed to be stationed and does not find your number and goes, "You're not in the system, trooper." He said, "Where you say the sliver?
Yep.
You roll a persuasion check. I want to see how much he buys this with it. Actually, with advantage, because you like did the knowledge, and he's like, oh, it's probably the systems." 10. He kind of looks. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, 10.
10.
Yeah, 10. So yeah. So this is something that you've never told me, but what is my rank? Because I told you what rank I told you roughly what kind of rank I wanted, but you never told me what my official rank is.
What rank did you say you wanted? I'm not sure.
Someone that's either close or like a bodyguard of rank equivalent to that to be a bodyguard or close to a Jedi general. So someone who reports directly to a Jedi general.
But my familiarity with the subject in Adam.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
What kind of rank did you envision for him? What was the role of the clone trooper?
Bodyguard.
No. I mean,
So
what
rank
did he
would
do? No, what did he do?
Like
Did you get instructions? Did you coordinate fire teams? Did you look at maps in a tent to coordinate squads? What did you do?
coordinate squads.
That is
someone that was given orders by. I was given direct orders by the Jedi General.
If you are coordinating squads, that implies that you have officer training, which means your lowest rank possible is a lieutenant.
Yep. So my rank that I would like would have been captain, but you never said that I was allowed to be a captain.
Yeah,
a captain is a ridiculously high rank.
I would probably say
you're coordinating offensives.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Squads.
That's why I didn't say I didn't expect to be a captain, but I was wanting a decently high rank. So at least an officer.
I think lieutenant is pretty on the dot, honestly, because that means you're and the reason I see you being chosen as well is because you do have officer training, and even though you wouldn't be as senior, you clearly like D&D mechanics. You're even a level 1 fighter is better than most of these soldiers, like comfortably better actually. So you would have been seen as well for your actual battle expertise as well. So they would have been like, I don't give a fuck if he's a junior officer. Like he's reporting to me because he's good.
So
and to be trusted. Yeah, you are a lieutenant, yes.
What rank is the guy behind the desk?
He would be so he would
it would be lower rank.
Yeah,
that
it would be.
Could be literally anything.
Because he's not like
officer, could be
he's not a private, but he's probably like because he's questioning you. So I would have said he would have been like yeah, Grant, you can help me out here. Like staff sergeant, is that the correct term for it? It's the person who runs the garrison, but he's like one of the more senior cops. Like he's not like.
So a sergeant is the highest rank you can attain as a non-commissioned, as in not going to officer school.
He's
so
probably
anything that
sergeant
has been in there for a long time, has come in and done exams and stuff. So he'd be a specialist, high-ranking, experienced soldier in that field. So if he's working admin, he might be in the armory corps or the logistics corps or something like that.
Yeah, he would. That's the thing. He'd be in logistics, and he's like he's experienced but non-commissioned. So he would probably be a sergeant in that case.
Usually, militaries also have a different rank that is not displayed, like an E1, E2, E3, E3 to E5 is just what a private is as their pay scale with their experience.
Okay.
So the guy at the desk would he'd be like a sergeant whatever, but he'd actually be rank Sergeant E7 S1 4A something paperwork for payroll.
Right, okay. Cool, thank you. That was very handy.
You get paid in the clone army?
No, you absolutely do not.
You get paid in combat stims.
You get provided for is the line. basically. Yeah, your
if-
property.
Yeah. So in that case, I probably wouldn't use persuasion because he's lower ranked than me. So
Yes.
then I'll be go sergeant. I'm guessing his rank is sergeant then.
Yep. Yep. Well, he would have the insignia. Yep.
Yep. Sergeant. You know what's been going on. I'm surprised orders haven't been slowed yet. I wouldn't be surprised. No. I'm surprised that orders haven't come in, considering what's currently going with the new empire.
I'm sorry, and and then he
I'm just
notices.
here to
Yep.
get some. I'm here to replace my armor, so I can go back. So I can go back and clear out the sliver. And I'm giving him what's your serial number? I'm literally like talking giving a little chew out.
He looks down and then realizes that that the side that isn't blasted has your rank on it, and he's like, oh shit, like he's forgotten himself, and he's like, CL 1532, officer, sir.
CL? I'm going in, getting replacement armor, and leaving. Is that clear, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. Apologies, sir.
Thank you. I walk in. I walk in. I strut in. I'm assuming is there a door or something? I don't know.
Yeah, there's like it's the little. If you've actually been in like a police office, it's kind of like
so.
There's
I walk to the door, and the door's
a door
closed.
to the side. Yeah.
I turn to him and look and just go, well, and wait for him to open it for me.
He just like press the button.
At ease, and I walk in. Cool. What do I see?
Cool. So you walk in and you see like a general, like you see a lot of kind of troopers kind of walking around. It's like a smallish building. It's not too big.
Yep, that's fine.
And you see some like honestly like desks and stuff, like people kind of sitting down. And you see some signs, and one is to the bathroom, and the other one is to storage and equipment.
Cool. I go to storage equipment. I replace my armor so it's new. I move my signia, my rank signia back onto my new one. I replace my armor. I also go to the desk and grab a couple of data pads.
Cool. Yeah, I think that I mean, let's do. Let's do it publicly. Oh, fuck me. All right, and Chris, yeah, we're gonna wrap this up after this, and then we'll resume in the bar the next time. 12. Yep, that's not good enough. Fantastic. No one comes in, so you're all good. So you
Cool.
just so you take some. What are you taking?
Just data pads.
Data pads. Okay.
So any data pads that on the table, I just take a couple.
Sure. I will make a note. So you can find a data pad down there. That would have. What would that data pad have on it? Oh, you don't know
I don't
yet.
care right now. I do not care right now.
You're
I
just
need a
like
data pad.
taking it. Cool. You're taking a data pad.
You can tell me what's on it later, but right now I'm taking a data pad.
I will make a note of that.
I also just refill my ammunition. Just pretty much refill, restock, replace my armor.
You can. I mean, the only time that people are going to notice is if you start taking like fucking armfuls of like.
No, I'm literally taking just enough for the eyewear, and that's it. I'm not taking armfuls or anything. I'm just replacing what I'm currently wearing, and that's it.
Yep, and if you grab like a clip or two, no one's going to notice. If you grab like 6 clips, they're going to be like, "Where are you going with all that ammunition?"
No, I'm literally just taking a couple of clips just to restock. I'm projecting the image of I've gone in, I've just had a firefight, I'm gone in, and restocking myself and going back out again.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, you absolutely do that. That's not a problem.
Excellent.
Strolling out.
Then I walk out.
Cool. Well, you got like as you leave, the guard says, "All hail the Empire."
Yep, all hail the Empire.
And as you leave, you can hear a as you leave the room.
Cool. Excellent. Part 1 done. Tali.
Chew him out.
Yes.
Tali.
Yes.
Next stop, Starport. Let's go to that freighter.
Sounds good.
Do we want to do that right now, or do we want to do that later?
I feel like we can do it right now, but I think we should probably either end for the night or jump over to the bar for a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of a headache from. Honestly.
No, you guys go. You guys do what you need to do. I'm just going to jump out. And you guys can continue because you don't need us anymore because you're in the bar. Cool. And go for as long as you want. Don't let me stop you guys.
No problems. So what we'll probably do is if you guys want, if Joey and Ryan would like to continue, we can wrap up their little scene as long as it doesn't impact anything else, which it probably shouldn't. Otherwise, we will, but the other guys will catch back up with you at the bar for next, or at there are some locations you can go to. We'll jump back in time and we'll go through all that stuff.
All good.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adam and guys. That was really good fun. And
I hope you guys have
Yeah.
had fun in
Heaps.
all of this shit.
Adam's gonna DM now.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, I know. As long as you guys are having fun, then that's my job is completed. Yeah, we'll just see what's going on.
Cool.
But yeah, thanks. Would you guys like to continue, Ryan and Joey?
Absolutely. I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to sit tight and listen for another maybe 5-10 minutes, and then I'll bounce as well.
Cool.
I'm
Sounds
gonna
good.
drop out, maybe take ibuprofen.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
For you.
Okay, so we're gonna head to the starport to that freighter that was flagged.
Yep. So you jump on the Grand, back at the Grand Station, and you bypass Midas. Actually, well, you would just take a train the opposite direction.
Yeah,
they're both two ways.
Yep.
And straight back to the
City
starport.
Circle
So
via airport.
it is the city circle. Yeah. Yep. Jesus Christ! What have I done? Fuck me. All right. Okay. Yep. Cool. Let's go. This is my fault for making the goddamn train line for this city.
The next stop is Barara. Wait, shit, we're on the wrong one.
Coronet Heights, the Bazaar, the Grand, Junyon Street, Corellian Star. Okay.
Cool.
Yep. You guys hop off at the starport.
I would have preferred to pick up at least. You know what? One data pad is fine. I don't really need a.
But I would just say there would have been one data pad lying out. If you wanted to go ruffle through stuff, we could.
No, I did not want to ruffle stuff. I literally just needed to pick up a prop, and if I had information, better. I just need to pick up a.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. We're going to head to the freighter. I'm going to ask for some information, just the name of the ship, captain, stuff like that. So basically information of the ship before I go in and bullshit my way through that one.
Yeah. And you're going to ask the service desk?
No, I'm going to ask through the manifest because the manifest should have that.
Yes, the manifest does. So the manifest has let me get up a name. Sorry. Let's have. Oh, give me a proper fucking thing. Yep, cool, got it. So he has a. So the owner is a Toydarian named Zib Lufu, and ZIB, and Lufu is LUFU, and he is Toydarian male. I don't think the manifest would really say, and it would say his occupation, and his occupation is trader.
Need the name of the ship. I just need the name of the ship.
The name of the ship is. Ooh, let's have a look. Galactic. Let's have a look. It is the. Oh, I love generating random names, and I'm like, oh, that's great. So it's the Rascal.
Rascal, excellent. Cool. So, I turn to Tali and just tell her follow my lead. Then I walk to the dock of where the ship is, and I yell out, Wait, do I see people running around the ship?
You see some. Oh, what like the
freighter.
So there is no one. The owner is actually you don't see anyone. So around in that bay so you get led onto bay. It would be bay 15. So 2 down from you. And you see no one actually around. Just the droids, similar to your bay.
There's no one around the ship.
No, there's no one here at the moment that you can see.
Okay.
If pardon me, Face, or 5417, would you like me to request access from the maintenance droids?
No. Because I don't want to find. I whisper, and if they don't find it inside, even better. Put it on the outside. It'll be harder for them to spot.
Very well.
So there's no one around the ship. No one. There's no. From what I can see, there's no crew or anything.
Actually, roll me a perception check.
18.
18. Okay. Working on the as you're approaching the ship, you actually hear some footsteps inside the ship.
Cool.
Like walking around. Like you can hear someone in the ship. Like
inside
softly
the ship.
padding. Yeah.
Softly padding.
Like it's not like a heavy foot boot.
I'm going to look around the ship. And I'm gonna look around the ship, and I'm going to ask Tali. Tali, just watch. Just let me know if anyone comes. I am going to try and subtly plant this on the ship.
Very well. I take up a defensive position, just sort of standing there, looking around and just keeping an eye, making sure no one comes off the ship or out from the hangar.
Okay. Yep. What role would we need to be able to plant a fucking
It
tracker?
depends on who's watching me. If someone's actually watching me, then sleight of hand. If I'm just planting it, then it could be anything from deception, just because I'm trying to make it subtle. I'm trying to hide it
I think
on the ship.
If you're trying to hide it, I would say it's
Or stealth. I don't know. It depends on you.
One thing I was thinking
Probably-
before, Adam, was when I was hacking into the stuff, I was actually thinking it might have just been literally rolling against the Astrotex tools. So it might be against some sort of tech tool roll if you were trying to, take off a panel to hide it in, that sort of thing.
That is true. If he's just trying to find somewhere to wedge it underneath, like the well of the
landing gear or something.
Landing gear, I would say just sleight of hand, right? It's dexterity based. It's how nimbly you're moving and how you can just kind of fucking quickly shove it up there.
No, that's actually not a bad idea. If you could hide it underneath a panel, that would be a tech roll. So then I'll ask Tali to help me.
Yeah, if you want to actually remove a plate of some of the hull or something, shove it in there, you could do that.
Yep. I'm gonna ask Tali for help to do that. I'm going to assist Tali as best I can. I don't know. I'm going to assist her. And that's a roll to do.
She would roll with advantage because you're taking the help action.
Yep.
Okay, give me a sec. Am I rolling my Astrotech tools or technology or?
You'd be rolling Astrotech. Cool. All right. So, as this is happening...
Roll again! Advantage!
Oh, yeah, you've got advantage. Roll again. Cool. As you are, kind of making an incision to take some of the plating off, you hear this coming from the other side where the entrance to the plane is.
Cool. I hand over the tool, the tracker to Tali, and put it in as quick as you can. I'll distract.
Very well. I continue slicing away at the welding or whatever.
Yep, and I walk quickly to where the door opening, and I stand there with my data pad in hand, as if I'm inspecting it, looking at the person as they're coming down.
So
as in, as if I'm making look as if I'm an inspector.
As you see the person kind of like you're kind of rounding the corner, and you notice this individual is no longer flying. He's no longer walking because he's got like space, and you can see these kind of insect-like wings on his back, kind of flap up and then kind of gets him to gently hover and float down to you and go, what is it? What is this? What is going on here?
Spot inspection by order of the Grand Imperial Army.
Huh? What inspection? I was not told of inspection.
That's why it's a surprise spot inspection.
Roll. You'll need to give me some roll here. But it can be intimidation. Can be deception as well. Depends what you're good at. But yeah, it can definitely be intimidation here.
Intimidation.
I feel he's being intimidated.
You can also do it with advantage because you again went to the time to get props for this, so you look the part.
22.
Oh yes. He goes. I'm
here to inspect your goods. Are you the captain? Are you the captain of Zib Lufu? Of the ship Rascal?
I am Zib. Yes. What do you need to come on board? What do you need?
I need to come on board and inspect. What is it? You have goods for goods bound for Corellian goods. Yeah, Corellian goods.
Yes,
right?
Corellian wine. It's a delicacy on the outer and mid rims.
I've come to I'm come to inspect. And I just walk past. I do not even give him a time of day, and I just walk past it.
He turns and goes, yes.
He's going to be following me, isn't he?
Buzzes behind you, yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, and I just spend the time inspecting the ship. Holly does her thing.
Yeah, so I just make sure I take the panel completely off. I weld the tracker to one of the internal compartments so it doesn't rattle around, and then I weld the panel back on top. With the 22, you are able to hide this thing very nicely. So it's not and seal everything back up. It doesn't look like you've tampered with it. Yeah, that's what the 22 is for. Like it looks seamless. You've done a seamless job here. When I'm done, I wait at the bottom of the ramp of the rascal.
So yeah, I'm going to do a spot inspection. I've done these spot inspections before. I'm just going to, do a legit inspection. Spend
you
15...
know how to do this. Yeah.
Yeah. So do I actually find anything?
Roll investigation.
Oh god, take a bribe. Take a bribe.
Nice.
Take a bribe. Take a bribe. Take a bribe.
So you kind of you're walking over, you're going backwards and forwards, and you get the feeling
I know these
that
things have
something is wrong.
hidden panels and all this.
Yeah, YTs are used to smuggle stuff. You know this, but again, they are very common ships. They are not and they are old too. As players, the Millennium Falcon works because people are like, oh, it's iconic. It's also a fucking rust bucket, and it's cheap as shit. They even have a line in the first movie in A New Hope where, Luke laughs at it when he sees it. He's just like, this is fast, apparently. This is a rust bucket. This is junk. So these things come and go all the time. And they're just these holes in this thing. There's places to hide stuff.
Yeah, and I've done inspections before, so. And
as you're kind of walking and you feel like one of the little plates that make up the flooring, you step on one and immediately feel it to be like more hollow. Like you hear the tap tap tap, and then it gets a bit tinnier on one footstep.
Yeah, so
and that's enough for you to
I'm
look
not-
down
I'm
and
not
be
gonna do
like,
that. I'm literally going to use my blaster and tap on it, and I'm gonna lean over and using my blaster rifle, long one, just tap it with a butt and just going tap tap. Then I look at him.
the blue like his face is so a Toydarian. If you haven't known, Toydarian is what Watto is from the first Star Wars movie.
Yep.
So the color, the blue, his blue and white face, it just drains of color. Like he doesn't say anything, and he just looks at you, and his eyes like widen, and he just continues to look.
Does he say anything?
Is this within view of where I am at the back-base?
No, this is internal in the ship.
Yep, no
like
worries.
they're inside.
All good.
So they goes, an old boy. Do you know how these ships are?
If I could, I would stare him down, but I give the scowl. You can hear the scowl on my voice. It's like, I do. Open it. Either you open it or I blast it open. Take your pick.
He kind of flies over and pauses before he opens. He goes, like, actually, let's do a fucking dice roll for this, because I want to think whether he offers a bribe or not. It's basically his thought of like, is that worse? Like, what is he? That's a bad decision. So he rolls badly, so he's gonna make a bad decision. So he's gonna say, could I? Do you need some oh no, he's not a fucking idiot. He'd say, I've done well as a merchant. Would it be so much of a trouble to maybe share the spoils with you? I could help you out some way, I'm sure.
I look at him. Oh, I don't look at him. My visor turns to him, and he hears the dark scowls, like trying to bribe an Imperial inspector. Is that what you're trying to do?
No, of course not. I just like friends helping friends. We're friends, right?
I wait for him to see what he's offering.
He takes a beat, and when nothing is said, he's like, I maybe some credits, maybe some of my more hidden stock.
How do I play this? I need money. How do I? That's fine.
I think you. Okay, so out of character. I think what you should do is you should inspect his stock, tell him what a heinous crime it is, and then say, right,
what the fine is. Oh, yes, I got it.
Okay, what are you doing?
I once again play over and look over the inventory, remembering what was previously mentioned. It's like, but your inventory has what's the total? No, I still want to see it. I want to see what it is. So, open it. I still tell him to open it.
And he pulls back, and there's a crate underneath. And the crate is like a wooden crate, and it's all closed up. But it's like sitting snugly underneath.
I look at him going, what's in it?
Maybe some self-defense items.
Sorry, I don't laugh out loud.
Laughs internally.
laughs maniacally internally. Okay. Arms dealing. I list like I would know what the fine is for arms dealing. Like
Oh yeah.
I list a number like arms dealing. Show me.
So he would open the crate,
What do I see?
and in the crate there are, it's mainly like, so unfortunately for you so much, they are not, they're not really anything that you have. But here's the thing: they are exactly the weapons that you have.
Okay,
so they
no, that's
are
fine. No, that's
standard
that's
blaster,
still fine.
blaster pistols and blaster rifles. However, you know they look exactly like yours.
Yes,
and
because he stole them.
How,
Excellent.
yes,
Excellent.
they are not the standard weapons that you would buy if you were to buy them at a store.
Exactly. That's even better. Perfect. Perfect.
They're Republic armaments.
Yeah, they didn't have to be. They didn't have to be special weapons. I just need to know what they are, so I can threaten him even more.
They are Republic arms. Yes.
Excellent. I pick one. So, not only, so I once again say, not only are you arms dealing, but you're arms dealing stolen Republic weapons. Do you know what the penalty for that is?
I don't. These were a gift. They were a gift given to me.
Gift, huh? How much was the gift given to you? For, how much did you gift back in return? I pretty much. And what I'm trying to do now is get a number. See how much credit. So it's up to you, DM, on how much you pay for them. Yeah.
He would have paid. So it wouldn't be a full 3.
I love that we're totally ripping off an arms dealer. That's fucking great.
He would have paid. He'd respond with because the full sale value is 300 each, but he would sell them at that, so he would have to pay them for. He would have bought them for less. So let's do some quick maths.
But if they're stolen, he'd also be selling at premium. So keep that in mind. He wouldn't have to sell it at the regular store price if they're black.
They would actually be worth the same, but the benefit of having Republic arms is then you can pass off like you're someone you're not. That's the meat and potatoes. Yeah, meat and potatoes. He would say he paid 750 credits for them.
For the lot?
There's only 6 pistols in there. Actually, wait, no, I did the math wrong. Sorry. He would have paid a bit more. Probably 900, I think, because he paid. There's 6 rifles in there. And he paid 900 for the lot.
Okay. I look at him going, "Where's the rest?"
That's all I could. That's all my friend could manage to give me.
Insight.
You know how this business is.
Insight check.
Yes.
13.
I mean, he's fucking terrified, so he's not completely hard to read, but you get the sense that that's all he actually has. Whether that's true or not, but 13.
All right.
Do you know what
to the rest of the shakedown. I'll catch you all later.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Later, mate.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff, Joey. Catches.
So I tell him, do you know what the penalty for arms dealing is? And I list the penalty. Do you know what the penalty for dealing in stolen Imperial arms is? And I that
list. Yep.
Yeah,
I think it's at least life in prison, if not straight in this. I mean, the laws on the books at the moment would probably be about 20 to 30 years in prison. I mean, you could probably take a stab to think the Imperials are going to probably put you straight to death, maybe.
Yep.
It's not a hard bow to draw. Yep.
I'm willing. However, I now play good cop. I'm willing to do a compromise. I give you a on-the-spot fine and you are on your. You are able to, and you are free to go.
Oh. And his voice lowers. With the arms?
Ooh. And I reply,
What arms?
"What arms?"
You see as his entire body just relaxes and goes.
Oh, I don't want.
Yeah.
If oh, okay, continue.
Here's if that is the case, then I'm sure we can come to some kind of arrangement, be it a small fine. Yes.
So I would say, okay, I actually don't know how much money value is. So I like 900 credits. Is that a lot or is that little? I don't know.
So it's a medium amount. So 900 credits, like for example, I've got some examples of some smaller amounts. Let me get you up. Lifestyle cost. Yeah.
I was just going to say, out of curiosity, as a sort of baseline, how much are we going to owe for the refueling?
The refueling itself is basic maintenance, and I think that runs at and refueling and also having it housed at the starport is like a nominal fee, and I think that's about. It's probably. Oh, I have to get you numbers on the refueling specifically. What I can give you is the credits per day you need to spend that's fine. Lifestyle levels. So they can kind of give you a sense. So if you are like poor, you spend about 10 credits a day on food, accommodation at a hotel, etc. Mid-level, so like is about 20, and comfortable, which is not like rich, but comfortable, is about 40 a night.
40.
So like if we look at weapons, so that's day-to-day person living. For example, if you went and bought a blaster pistol from a shop, it's about 200 credits.
Cool.
So
900 is feasible. Like within, like I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to double check with you. I want to give him a number that one he can give me now and is not extreme.
So it sounds like 200 credits. If you say 40 credits a day is comfortable, 200 credits is about a week's worth of work.
Yeah. Hence, I want more than that from him. He's fucking smart.
Of course.
If you guys did a job for somebody, like at a freelancing gig, and it was dangerous, you could get like 500 per person at a lower level. Like obviously you might get more as you get more advanced and the missions get more dangerous, but generally you would it actually says in the DM sheet that effectively for the first few levels it's about 1,000 credits per person for a level. Obviously first level is a bit wonky because it says 1,000 and you're like, we literally just started. So like I would like if you asked for a couple like 900,000, like he's not. If you ask him for 5,000, that's he probably wouldn't have that on him immediately. That's the thing. Okay. That's not walking around money. You get robbed if you had that much on you.
Okay, so hence 1,000 is feasible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd push for 1,500. That's personally, but that's just me, and I'm not in the room, so.
You can ask for whatever amount that you want, and he will say how much he has on him.
Yeah, cool. So in that case, I'm going to say a fine of 1,500. This is off the books. Do I need to roll intimidation or something? I don't know which one.
No, I mean that's just a number to him. That's not intimidation. Also, Toydarians are actually good with numbers and math and shit. Like they care about money, as the quote goes.
$1,500
only money.
Yeah. $1,500 or 40 to life. You know, that's.
Yeah, exactly. To him, that's a fucking great deal. He's like, oh yeah, sure, I can find something. It's one moment, and he flies off towards the cockpit. And then you hear him like land on the ground and then like kind of ruffling through some stuff and then comes back with some metal shards in his hand.
Yep, credits.
Yep, they're little square, square pillars of varying different lengths. You know them as credits. They have a Republic insignia stamped into the top of the little square.
I'm guessing we're still using Republic money right now because it's been too early yet.
It's literally been
like
hours.
an hour. Hours, yeah.
Yeah, so we're still using Republic money. Yep, fair enough. Yep,
now, yep. And he goes, 1,500 Republic credits. Here you go.
I take it. I don't look at him when I take it, and I just pocket it.
Yep.
And then I make this. I give a signal of just like scratching something out on the data pad. And I just.
Oh, yep.
Then I walk out.
Yep. You just kind of hear this as he lands on the floor again. Goes.
if he's still within earshot as I'm leaving, I call to Tali and TA1 mark this transport clear for release. And we're done here, and I walk away. Walk away with Tali.
Very well.
Yeah,
he's gonna stay on the fucking ship.
Yeah, and then I pretty much split the money with Tali. We're done.
He
got some credits.
He thinks he made a fucking great deal because hopefully he's going to make more than 1,500 on those weapons. He's like, I still might come out in front, and even if I don't, I'm not going to fucking die. So
yeah,
I'm good.
I didn't want to rip him off too badly, but I kind of wanted to cruise on him. So hopefully that worked.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fuck yeah.
So to be clear, that's our money, no one else's.
Yeah, that's me and you. That's not split. That's only I'm splitting it with you.
Yeah, shh.
So $750 each.
Yeah.
Yep. If you guys want to split it, $750 each on your sheets.
Perfect. I will. That's good.
Fantastic.
That's good. So credits.
And no one is here in the chat but us.
And
no one will know.
And Niles, I think. Is Niles still here? Yeah.
Yeah, Niles.
Swan.
I'm really enjoying this. This is so much fun. I'm sorry.
I love being a player. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Joey. Yeah, you're fucking absolutely crushing it, man. Absolutely fucking crushing it.
Niles, at this you should roll up a character, dude. Just do it.
I'm not sure that I can right now. Not after what's happened in the last little bit.
There's
I think I just need to enjoy being a spectator at this point.
It's all good.
We'll have lots of
I just love being a player again and being able to do I love your reaction, Adam. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna get some new armor. It's like, how am I going to do that? You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna walk into a garrison and get some.
Yeah, I was like, cool. Yeah, it sounds great. Like, and the thing is, you did it without I was like. When you joked, then you were like, well, is there any chance I'm just not going to fucking die? I was like, if you try and walk in the Imperial construction zone, they're going to check you way harder than if you were like walking into some random fucking outpost.
Yeah,
like
that's why I chose an outpost.
You could have died and you were just like, hey, I'm going to do this instead. I'm like, that fucking tracks. You use your background and let me the fuck in and give me the shit. You're like, okay, why wouldn't I?
Yeah, and I try to do some research, trying to figure out, okay, I need a dodgy spot where it's likely that I would have been shot. Okay.
Yep. And if you do stuff like that, I don't even need to get you to roll because there's no in my mind, it's like me telling you don't bother rolling because there's no way you can do it. I also think don't bother rolling because there's no way this won't work. Like there's no fucking way that this is going to absolutely. Why wouldn't it? There's zero.
Like you're
zero
a part
chance
of some kind of fascist, imperialist, fucking regime, authoritarian regime. Why the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, sure, that fucking works. Why wouldn't it? But yeah, that was awesome fun. Considering I had none of that, absolutely, I knew the areas and shit, but I knew. I generated half that and be like, yep, these are names, these are the dudes in the ship ports. I was like, god damn, you guys fucking rolled with that. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I like how I like how everyone's like, no, let's not fight, and you went through all that effort of making that map. Because I remember you showed me that the battle map for the ship.
Oh no, well that map is the perennial starship map, and
Yeah.
all of your stuff is ready. So if you're gonna do other stuff, then we're ready to go. Like I was like, if you guys don't do the ship battle, then it's actually good for me because fuck me, the ship to ship combat stuff is like a whole extra set of rules. So you don't do it. We maybe do some stuff later, maybe not. Who gives a fuck? But yes.
Yeah. So like my character, my character is just trying to like bluff and bullshit his way through.
Oh, it's great.
Ah,
Worked perfectly.
because I
That
can't
was
roll for shit.
awesome.
I can't.
You were just
really
like,
roll.
all my rolls are garbage. Like,
Except
all
for the
my
last
stats.
two. At least with the last
Yeah,
two.
you fucking
they've been pretty
20. The second you like, I was thinking like, okay, clearly he has some contraband. Of course he does. And I was just like, what number do you need? I was thinking as you roll, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna have to be a pretty high AC. Like you, and I was like, and then I literally looked. I was like, oh yeah, 20. Fuck it. Like, just fuck me then. Don't worry.
Just walk
And
in
then-
and open the hatch, pretty much.
Yeah,
It's
walk in, open the hatch. I'm just like spot inspection.
Here it
Fuck it.
That was great. That was awesome. So yeah, you guys, and then I will say this as you guys get back on the starport, on the mag train and maglev train, and then you're back at the Grand, and you are kind of
Yeah.
looking around.
Actually, I'm
parts of the
not. I'm
party-
actually going to start inspecting the data pad and see what information's on there. See if I can
Okay,
get anything.
Yep, and I will come up with what is on there and let you know. There will be things on there, but I need to figure out what.
I am giving you
And-
places to put plot points.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And I will be
Yep.
and I will be trying to visit some engineering techie sort of places to try and get parts to repair D4 as well. So that'll be my
And you now have 750 credits. So-
exactly. Thanks for that. That was fucking epic. So that's
Well,
well,
oh the
cool.
parts you need are 751 credits.
no. I wouldn't do that.
But yeah,
well,
that was great fun. I am stoked that I get to be a player again.
Yes.
yeah. I hope that everyone's having fun, and I think my DMing style is somewhat similar to Joey's. I have a lot of similar sensibilities, but it might be a bit different, and I hope everyone is still engaged and enjoying. I tell you, my big fear after I'm feeling better. My big fear after this session is I don't want to be compared to Joey because I don't think I can handle the pressure.
Dude, I'm not
But-
that
No,
good.
it's still a lot of
I
fun
mean,
to watch. It's
yeah.
still a lot of fun to watch. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh,
thanks.
it's great having you guys. And yeah, thank you for fucking playing. It's been a lot of fun, and I have so much that we just didn't get
Dude.
to, which is awesome.
Well, the thing is as well
is
is
fucking great.
we actually probably spent about like a real in-game hour on the ship and getting to know everyone and all that sort of shit. So that you'll find that sort of stuff dies down in the next couple of sessions. Like we'll pretty much be like, all right, let's just do the story stuff, and it will
This
start
stuff,
moving quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
it was I was
well,
still
I'm
good
cool,
for
like,
a first session back. So
Yeah, I mean, a bit lighter, and we're not doing too much combat or anything. I think I will tell everyone basically you can level up to level 2 because I know unless you guys start a crazy fucking fight, it'll be like going and finding some missions, and then it'll be almost nighttime. Then you rest and then go do job. So
yeah. Oh well,
level up now. Just fucking do it because otherwise it's just going to be too much headache mid next session.
yeah. Just put it in the chat so everyone knows.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, I've already got the level 2 character sheet there, so I'm all good.
No worries. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys, for playing, and I will catch you in maybe later, but for this game, 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank
no worries,
you.
guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Later. Bye.
Bye.